Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Fight Night Rising. We are back yet again with some set 3 goodness, and here alongside me as always is Casanova. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing quite all right, bud. Hanging in there. Really excited for tonight's Fight Night. To be back commentating once again, yet another week. We got, I've never said it before, but this time I feel like we may have a stacked lobby. Not sure. Might be.
Never before said.
Might be stacked. Might be a little bit stacked. I mean, in all honesty, though, this lobby's pretty insane. Like, we have Narkez back again, Sphinx, Inay back yet again this week. Currently ranked 2 on the ladder. MismatchedSocks has had 2 accounts in the top 10 of Challenger in the previous season. HamHamGANG over from EU is going to be the first time, the only first timer here, I believe. TheWaterBear, technically a first timer for Fight Night, but of course was the champion for the set 2 invitational. And then Naturesbf and H2 also returning players. H2, however, I don't know how he's even going to function. Seeing as how Vigar was removed in the current set. So we'll have to see what H2 can manage to scrap together.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, this set is just a hard nerf to H2. I don't know how he's going to shape up here, but of course, all these players are playing for that prize pool and the chance to return next week. You got $100 with first place prize, second place 50, third and fourth is 25, but only the top 3 will be invited back next week. And yeah, as you alluded to, Casa, you never said before, this lobby is looking pretty good. Personally, I've been watching actually a lot of Inay's stream over the past few days. I think Inay has a really good grasp on this meta currently, what you can pivot into, and even what you can play. I think Inay was doing one whole day of just spamming Jhin carry with Dark Stars or Vanguards in front of him. And it turns out that it's decently viable enough to where he was climbing LP, getting him to the rank 2 that he's sitting at currently in the North American ladder. So there is some variance in comps that you can play besides just Rebels. Rebels might still win the lobby, but hey, you can play for a top 4.
Yeah, but, if you're consistently hitting top 4, that will generally net you the win here at Fight Night. Just ask, 3-time winner Fluffy, who isn't in this lobby, but, just ask him about what getting top 4 can do. But yeah, of course, if he finds a composition that isn't Rebels, we've talked about Rebels. You and I had a conversation about how it's somewhat like the Piba comp, except for just a lot better.
Yes,
so
pretty much.
Instead of being like a 1st to 8th comp, it's more like a 1st or 6th comp, which isn't that bad, and chances are you might be somewhere in between that spectrum. But it's generally going to be a really, really solid comp. However, it does mean a lot of people are likely going to go for that, and that's where you end up in that territory of you could get a 6th instead, right? Naturesbf can actually grab that Ziggs tier. You're going to be able to get that one. But other than that, we have the other strategies that come into play and people have talked about where there is a comp that's hot and instead you go for something else where you can get it every time. We saw even Berserkers doing really well for Gunmei when he was able to win a Fight Night. So we've seen a lot of people come in with different strategies, and as long as they're able to find their compositions, they can find those consistent top 4s, and that's really what we're looking for.
Yeah, definitely. I think that they're, obviously, again, Rebels are very strong, but there are other compositions that can top 4. I think going over the compositions in order of strength, I would say it's probably Rebels, Protectors, actually, rerolling Protectors for Xin Zhao and Rakan, having those at tier 3. Super, super good. Cybernetics is good as well. Jhin carry, and then it maybe goes down to your B or A or B tier comps, where it's like Brawler Blasters or what else even is there? Maybe Jhin is kind of like A or B tier comp as well. I don't think it's quite S tier. It'd probably be left to the Rebels, the Cybernetics, and for the Protectors there. But probably we'll see all 3 of those comps played here tonight, probably in every single game. I would be surprised if someone during the game doesn't scout around and see, oh, there's no protector players, and I'm, rolling Xin Zhao's and Rakans. Let me try to swap to this. Seeing as it's very strong and actually is probably the only reliable counter to Rebels, actually, right now.
Yeah, it is interesting to see because we still are very early on in the set, so there are still meta changes that are occurring, at least at this point more towards the small scale, just kind of micro decisions in between that are tweaking the meta. But of course, like you mentioned, I mean, Inay playing that Jhin, let's, rewind about a week. And I think most people were saying that Jhin is awful. Jhin's, not really that playable. I don't think people were saying he's unplayable. Maybe they were, but at least it wasn't even a comp that was being considered. And now it's being considered a good comp, something that we might see run in, like you said, potentially every lobby today. It's very possible that someone could go that every single lobby. Yeah,
I think maybe the general won't run in every single lobby, but we'll probably see it here a couple or a few times, maybe nearly everyone. TheWaterBear here has some interesting items to potentially slam. Usually people slam Ionic Sparks nowadays with that rod and that cloak, and TheWaterBear hovering over that right now.
I mean, historically just a very strong early game item, right?
Yeah, and it's one of the essential items that goes along with Rebels as well. And TheWaterBear is looking to slap that down right there. Already has a tier 2 Malphite. That's going to be a huge beefy lad in this early game here, just tanking all the units from MismatchedSocks here on the other side.
Yeah, and with the tier, what is he looking for with the tier, of course? Because we know historically in Rebels that could be a Ceres for your A-Soul, which of course would go on your Ziggs early on as an item carrier. Of course, Socks would probably like to have the Ziggs as early as possible, so he can start slamming items. But of course, there may be... Are there any other item carriers for Rebels that you would like to see that go on once he, of course, gets to these completed item points?
Actually, so in terms of playing Rebels, you actually don't need to play early game Rebels. You can play actually just whatever else and just pivot into Rebels once you find them, or once you roll down at level 8. You can honestly put the majority of your Rebels in at 1 star, and then just find the Gangplank and Aurelion Soul, and you can win streak for a good few rounds until you either can roll down for the rest of your upgrades or go 9 if you are feeling like that. But so I guess anything can be an item carry. It depends. Just play your strongest board. A lot of people are valuing HP during the early mid game, win streaking up until Krugs with the changes that we talked about before previously. These win streak changes, you earn your win streaks a lot earlier. 3 win streaks you get 2 gold, and plus, or 4 win streak you get plus 3 gold per round. So Sphinx leveled up aggressively this round here and put in a tier 2 Blitzcrank.
His board is so nuts, actually.
Sphinx will definitely win streak. I think
this is actually just so consistent with Sphinx's playstyle, right? We've seen this so many times where I feel like I've said, and look, Sphinx is still on 100 HP. I feel like I've said that so many times across the course of fight nights. Sphinx is consistently someone who looks for that early win streak. He levels aggressively all the time. It doesn't always net Sphinx top 4 or a win or anything like that, but he's very consistent with this playstyle, and he does have good performances across the fight nights he's appeared in. He does consistently do well, so this strategy does clearly work for him, but it's such a stylistic thing for Sphinx to aggressively level, to keep his HP specifically at 100. He stays at 100 a lot.
No, definitely, and it perfectly fits with this meta, I think, as well. Valuing an early win streak. If you're able to win streak until Krugs, you're probably ahead of other people on gold by a sizable margin. Sphinx is going to be on 10 gold here before Carousel, something that even some players don't even get to nowadays. 10 gold before this Carousel, which is, it's just kind of how the econ is. Sometimes you get 4 items at the beginning and 0 gold, and you're sitting on around 2-1 with 5 gold worth of units, and you're like, what is happening? I don't have actual 0 gold.
What were we saying last week? I think we're in the poverty galaxy. I think that's the one we're in right now.
Poverty galaxy until it takes another week to release actual galaxies, which should be fun. I think we'll have those next week, actually.
That'll be fun to cast. I think commentary wise, that's going to be so dope. I think for competitors, it'll be fun and a nice change of pace, but I bet there's some galaxies that are really going to upset competitors.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
the way it works with some forms of RNG, right? That you get to a situation where there may be some that are very much don't feel good for competition, but as long as they stay consistent as far as the Galaxies are, where it's even for everyone, then it might be okay.
I think the only thing that wouldn't really be even maybe is like the forecast carousel. Like some people just might get like a really good forecast unit in the opening one, and some people might get stuck with, I don't know, like a Soraka or something that doesn't really do anything early. But besides that, I don't know, a Nico one, like starting with 2 Nikos, if you just go to stage, or if you go to level 7, just like happen to high roll an Aurelion Soul and just double Nico it, boom, Aurelion Soul 2 or GP2 right there. I know GP is going to get nerfed next patch, but whatever. If there's a legendary that's really overtuned to that point,
it might still be awkward. GP, right? Like
maybe it could be, definitely could be.
I actually didn't see the nerf as far as the number values. I knew it was getting nerfed, but which was obvious if you've played TFT or watched TFT in the past 2 weeks. But I didn't see the exact values, but I think it'll remain to be seen. I think his ultimate in general is very strong. The orbital strike hitting pretty much the whole board, the upgrades that you can get. I can't imagine that he won't be a good unit. But hopefully it brings the power level down, so it's more in line with a lot of other comps, I think is like their goal, and I hope that they hit it. For sure. Because that's always, I mean, that's the goal of balance, right? Make sure it's all playable. You don't want it to be too weak, make sure it's balanced.
No, it's exactly right though, and I think as long as it is then in line, then it should be a pretty good healthy meta where 5 costs, like these GPs and maybe arguably even MFs and Aurelion Souls, aren't just like overtuned. Heading back to the game though, we do have a very interesting situation where there are 2 players, and we see them both actually right here in this matchup. Good segue here. Socks and H2 both going for protectors, and both already committing the items for it. H2 having that Bramble Jhin, which is one of the most important items there, probably the most important item on Jhin, and Rakan having Shojins and Morellos, the 2 most important items on him actually as well for this protector comp. The protector comp is very good when you're going it alone. When someone else is contesting you, it gets a little bit dicey. Both players are going to go to level 5 and just keep rerolling every single turn while staying on 50 gold to see, who hits those 3 stars first. And maybe one player will decide to roll down a lot more gold just to find those before the other player does. But, it's kind of a mind game here a little bit. I'm pretty sure both players are committed with their item choice and their units choice here. I'm not sure one would pivot out, but yeah, it's going to get a bit awkward for them in the mid game probably.
And because they're fighting over these, so that we may see some kind of different strategies from the classic protectors that is going on right now, because they are, like you said, fighting for these units. So you mentioned them potentially trying to roll down earlier, and that's something we've seen in the past when there are multiple people going for a hyper roll start, is sometimes people will actually start rolling 1 round sooner than their opponent to try and hit those units.
Yeah.
And we'll see if something similar happens here. Like you said, they are rolling at once they hit 50 gold and just rolling back down to 50. It's not quite your classic hyper roll to 0 gold kind of strat, but
it's just
see.
At the point where you're about to reach level 6, though, once you're 18 of 20 experience to get to 6, that's when you usually roll down the majority, if not all, your gold to then find those 3-star units rather. But if somebody hasn't reached those at that point, maybe they would do it around earlier. We see HamHamGANG denying protectors on the bench here, having 2 Jhin Zhaos, 1 Rakan, and even 1 Jhin in the shop there. Probably won't make that, but it's just denying those players as much as possible.
It depends, right? Because 2 protector, if you had like the 2-star units,
they're kind of
reasonably strong right now, right? And if he's just trying to win streak, you lose a little bit of gold on purchasing the Jhin here, but he could make a stronger board potentially and just look for win streak.
Yeah, potentially could. I mean, does Ops not to, though? Wants to keep those 4 Sorks, 3-star Guardians in. Hovers over the surrender button there for momentarily. I mean, hey, HamHamGANG, we believe in you. First time here on Fight Night, let's make some things happen. Let's do it. But no, on a 3-loss streak, it's not bad. I mean, you're making money, right? Has a few cybernetics offered there, but those aren't the units that he really wants. Is leveling and rolling. Maybe wants to roll to start preserving some HP here. Generally, players will not roll at all before level 8 if they're not going for that projector composition. Yeah. But HamHamGANG really thinks that he needs to be a bit stronger. It's just rushing 6 Sorks as well. Not a strategy we see too often, but it's not going to be contested too much because people aren't really playing this.
Yeah, this is interesting because, like you said, it's not going to be contested whatsoever. No. This is just he will be able to get the units, barring tragedy in his roll luck. But this is kind of a 5-cost meta that we have right now. So people are always trying to get to 8, get to 7, get to 8 before rolling whatsoever, like you mentioned. And this is definitely an interesting strategy because HamHamGANG is going to be on 20 gold right now. And I'm curious whether he continues to roll for these Star Guardian Sorks or if he's going to now just try and save back up and go to 7 or 8. Because I would expect he would save back up. But of course, he's already started rolling a little bit, and that's unexpected in itself.
Yeah, definitely a little bit. Holding the Rumble as well makes me think that he wants to go mech pilots and Sorks here, but actually is still rolling here, interestingly enough.
There's another mech pilot.
Yeah.
He should theoretically be very strong. Does it? So he is going.
Finds the mech.
Yeah, he finds Fizz.
Is just gonna put this in for that Twisted Fate. Probably still maintains 4 Sorks. What's that Morello's gonna go on though? Sell the TF and slap it onto the Ari, or choose to wait? Is holding all items besides the GA that's on the mech right now though. The mech's gonna deal a bit of damage.
The CC, the 3 Talon Strike keeps it knocked up, but it's gonna come out into the GA state. But he wins because there's 3 mech pilots in here, right? Like this is
unless
grand entrance. No, it isn't enough. All right.
Nah, it's not enough.
Okay, the Chum the Water is gonna come down. Big ol' Cyber Shark coming up. And that'll be it for HamHamGANG getting that one. But
actual 0 gold to level 6. It's HamHamGANG needs to win streak here in order to really be on pace, on par for the rest of this game though. Is picking second. Let's see what items
he's strong, but that was kind of close, right? Like he is very strong right now. So he should be able to start win streaking. But he spent so much gold that if he loses at all over the next few rounds, I think HamHamGANG's like in a really rough spot because he needs to be making this money back, or he's going to just fall way too far behind.
Yeah, if he loses around before Wolves, it's pretty doomed. If he doesn't like super high roll the rest of his units or items, I guess, or both, maybe even would need to happen at that point. Yeah.
It's a very risky strategy, and I mean, we'll see if it pays off, right? Like if he, of course, like you mentioned before, like we've talked about, this isn't going to be contested. He's just gonna, if he hits the units, he's gonna have probably a very strong comp. And he's invested a lot of gold into it already. So until it hits late game and that like econ catches up to him, he should be winning out for a little bit. He's got a couple rods on the bench that he can turn into something. He does have Morello's. I feel like at this point he's got to be slamming these items in, right? Because he's committing to this win streak. These need to go onto the board.
Okay, yeah, that goes in over the Syndra, leaving the Zoe one in over the Syndra. Decides to slam that death cap, puts it onto the TF here as an item carrier. It's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean these wild cards.
Oh, did they actually just miss everything?
Did that actually just happen?
Oh my god. It's actually so unlucky for him. That TF trolled out of his mind and lost the round literally because of that.
Oh my god.
That's so tragic.
I'm not like seeing things. That actually missed every single unit on the board with all 3 cards. I didn't even think that was possible.
Yo, go
I didn't
next.
Even think he could do that. I'm sorry, HamHamGANG. You know what? You were right. When he hit escape, hovered the surrender button, he was right. And I am sorry for doubting you. He was so right.
No. Feels so bad. But HamHamGANG still has 70 HP. I mean 20 or 19 over Narkez. I mean, we go to Sphinx here. Sphinx on the opposite side, on the high end here, 94 HP on a win streak. Going those Brawler Blaster Chrono mid game. Can still transition out of this. Especially seeing he's made a Death Cap Shojin. Those might be just MF items though, but going up against Socks here with that Recon.
Yeah, I was gonna say those were really interesting item choices for a Cho'Gath, and then I noticed the Thieves Gloves.
Yeah.
Those are very bold choices from Sphinx, but no, of course, the Thieves Gloves creating those, and these are quite good items that have been slammed. Like you mentioned, the Shojin and the Death Cap could just be MF items for later, but we'll have to see where Sphinx heads to with this. Of course, going for that win streak strategy once again, has only lost 1 round, is on that 6 win streak. And I mean, he's just making gold. I mean, he's making money moves like always. Sphinx is just classic Sphinx here.
It's on a decent amount of money, but who is on a lot more money though is Narkez here, already on level 7 and has 60 gold left. If Narkez needed to, could probably go level 8 at 4-1, but doesn't really need to. Scouts out Natures here, who has a really good Rebels looking start there. Mid game, definitely is going to look to transition into that, and has the GA as well as the Aurelian Soul items as well.
Yeah, we will have to take a look at the Protector comps at some point here too, as well, because it's getting to around time, right, where they're really rolling down things. I mean, they're not rolling all the way down, but they're rolling at least a little bit of gold and trying to find those units. And we did have 2 people, so we do want to definitely check in with H2 and I believe who was the other one that had Socks.
H2 and Socks.
Yeah, Socks had. So H2 still has the Xin Zhao in. Let's see.
Yeah, it's just rolling. As a redemption, who's put that one on?
Yeah, I might be having some connection issues on my side. 1 second.
No, I want to keep this Jinx, bro. The Jinx dream is
and slams the Runans on the Jinx.
This Jinx is so useless. It's actually so
See here.
All right, so there is a Socks does have the tier 3 recon. Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. So Socks has the tier 3 recon, has basically perfect items on it, right? Essentially, double Shojin plus the Morello. Obviously, Shojin Morello is S2, and then of course second Shojin, probably not a bad pickup. Would you say it's the best, or would you prefer kind of a different item for third item on recon?
For the other Shojin?
The third, second Shojin or
like second Shojin. I don't know. I think the second Shojin's okay. You don't really need it though. You don't really need 1 Shojin, 1 Morello's. I would kind of rather a tanky item on recon for the third item, just to make sure he doesn't kind of int or die really early on in the fight. Be it like, I don't know, a GA, D-Claw,
D-Claw
even another really Bramble. Yeah, D-Claw is super good in this meta.
D-Claw actually helps so much against Rebels. Yeah, it actually, I think my connection's back here, and we're looking definitely good now. Yeah. And other than that, okay, so H2 has the Jinx in as well. Now I can really see everything a little bit more clearly. Going up against Inay. Inay has the Jin in, actually. Yeah. So this is the comp you're talking about. Do you want to elaborate, since we're seeing it? Talk a little bit more about what you've been watching on Inay's stream. I haven't actually been able to catch it myself.
Yeah, I'm actually curious to maybe after H2's roll down here. He's probably not rolling down that much though, but to check out Inay's board and see what's going on, because there are a lot of variants of the Jin comp that you can run. You can run 4 Vanguards, you can run 4 Chronos, you can run 4 Mystics. Generally, people don't run 4 Mystics until later on into the game, when there are a lot of those, Aurelian Souls, those ships flying around. Yeah, tier 3 Jarvan. All right.
So they're trading tier 3s here. Socks is getting the upper hand in that, but still finding a tier 3 is very important here for H2, as he's very low on HP. Socks has clearly gotten the better end of the deal at 72 right now.
Yeah, oh man, this echo is so strong actually from Narkez here.
Yeah, and one more grand entrance goes off, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The 3 talent strike from Xin Zhao's, and even killing the extra units doesn't really mean that much, because we've mentioned this before, but the damage was shifted onto the little legend from the units, essentially. Units still deal damage, but just not that much to you. It's more so the little legend dealing damage, so H2 is still going to take a big chunk there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really, really powerful when it gets to stage number 5, because stage 5 you take 10 base damage, and stage 6 is 15 base damage. So if those players are within, lethal range at that point, even if there's 1 unit left, 1 unit is just 1 extra damage, is going to be pretty strong there. So need to make sure you're strong enough to win every single fight at that point if you are low. And H2 right now is pretty low, sitting at 26 HP currently. But has decided to level, though, to 6. So didn't want to keep rolling on 5 for those upgrades. Is now rolling for the units that he probably want to be rolling for at 5. Yeah, skips the Nico. I didn't think you'd make the Nico. Generally, you just sit on Nico 2 with this composition. Man, H2's just playing like Protector plus like Blaster backline. I mean, made a Jinx 2 way earlier. Had the Renans to slam it, and is still losing every single round. H2's still rolling, but just isn't really finding anything. This might be doomed. People are on, level 8 right now. Well, WaterBear is not, but most people are on probably an 8 right now. And they're just going to keep doing damage to H2.
This Jinx is so useless.
Yeah, WaterBear's playing. This is pretty interesting. He's got like a bunch of Blade Masters here.
And my Jarvan,
yeah, it's a few Blade Masters, a few Chronos, a few Cybernetics. Def probably wants to go, has the Vise on the bench, so probably wants to go 6 Cybernetics once he hits the Blade.
It's what it looks like. I mean, you look at the item spread as well. It very much looks like he's trying to go heavily into Cybernetics. Just kind of like, I mean, you mentioned before, and even though it's already later into the game, it's still just play your best board until you kind of get to that point where you are transitioning fully into the comp. And well, there's a
here's the unit board. That is the Dark Star variant here. That Inay is running, has Deathblade on the Jhin, has a Force of Nature even on the bench as well. Did not choose to make any Dark Star items or anything else of the sort. Yeah, it has the GA on the Lulu. Maybe the GA wants to go onto the Jhin later. Maybe we'll swap that once he finds on a Lulu, but I think just wants it in for the Mystic right now. I mean, definitely just wants the unit in general. It's like a solid unit. That Fawn giving him a random GP though. Scouting a little bit there, but facing that scary Echo too. Scouts H2 versus Natures here. Natures has a really scary looking MF. Let's see what Jhin is able to do here though.
The Echo's going to deal a lot of... Wow, okay. Well, I was saying it was going to deal a lot of damage, but, I mean, the entire HP bar of Jhin is...
3 really good items for Echo there. Yeah. Echo procs on hit effects with his ultimate striking everybody, so that Giant Slayer deals 12% to every unit that he hits, and it'll strike every unit during that Echo ultimate, as well as Hand of Justice, and I think it rolled damage there, and Morello's to then apply the healing debuff to apply that burn as well. So super good there.
Very, very good. Larger area offered here for Inay, but of course GP isn't the focal point of his composition, so you might even see him pass it up. Arguably, he's going to put in a tier 2 GP if he finds it, though.
Yeah, tier 2 probably. I mean, arguably he can sell the Lulu, put in the GP with the GA, find another Lulu, put that in. Only found 1 glove here, so not really what you wanted to see here. It would have been really nice to see 2 item components there. Sells the GP though, decides it's not worth it. Finds a tier 2 Soraka. Yeah, a couple Threshes. I don't imagine I'll put the Threshes in. Probably will just sell those to keep rolling, or Econ, one or the other.
Yeah, I guess looking for the other 5 costs, looking for the Lulus, looking for... Well, he just sold off the Lulu as well, so...
Yeah, to swap the GA.
What is he looking for with this comp at this point, then?
At this point, I think he's just looking for another, honestly, just another Lulu. And he's kind of just chilling. He put the Xayah in just for Celestial. That 2 Celestial is going to make Jhin do a lot of damage here. We see HamHamGANG has stabilized and has found a Vel'Koz 3 items. Has a 3-item mech as well. And yeah, HamHamGANG, I think, is going to beat this Jhin, maybe? I don't know. Jin's just kind of one-tapping everything.
The 4-shot! Yeah.
Oh man,
I think Jin's got it.
No, Jhin has so much
damage. I mean, the Dark Star buff, which I believe is, if I'm remembering this correctly, because there's so many new things, but it's like the old light buff, except for now it's just straight damage.
Yeah,
it's just
straight damage
along. So that's 6 Darkstar, and it's been passed all the way to the Jhin as the last one standing. Of course, he's gonna one-shot everything. He already does such insane damage baseline, of course. So he's just going around one-tapping each thing, and Jhin gonna take that win. I mean, the composition, very cool to watch, very cool to see something different. And of course, you spoke on it before we even started here today about Inay potentially running that comp, and we see it in the first game, and we'll see how it places.
Yeah, we will see. H2 does fall, though, however. So, you know, one of those players who was contesting Protectors did get the short end of the stick there and has fallen in 8th place. See HamHamGANG Sorks, though, getting taken out rather quickly in this fight here.
Vel'Koz kind of didn't do anything.
No, I hate Vel'Koz.
Yeah, he started the laser on no one and died before it hit anyone. That feels pretty bad for HamHamGANG. But he is still fairly healthy, 38 HP. Of course, on the top of the table is Socks, so it does look like Socks kind of took all of the protectors from H2.
Yeah. Doesn't have the Xin Zhao actually, though. Stopped at tier 2 and just opted to go to 8 and put 4 mystics in. Like, this is what the endgame protector comp wants to look like, except you have the tier 3 Xin Zhao with 3 good items, but it's just the Rakan show, I guess, right now. It's Rakan, you know, knocking everyone up the grand entrance, applying Morellos, and auto-attacking probably like 3 times maybe, and getting his ulti back, maybe 4. I mean, Rakan has a rather large mana pool. I think it's 150 mana, 125, 150, something like that. But facing its Inay here, curious to see if the Rakan can take out the Jhin here.
Yeah, if it can get on Jhin, this does look pretty good overall for the Protectors, but that's not the best grand entrance. It does go on Shaco, which is kind of the second major threat, and now finally going to get onto the Jhin, but
no, it's too late.
Where did he go?
It's just...
It was 4-shot, right? I just didn't notice.
Yeah,
it had to have been 4-shot.
It doesn't even need to be 4-shot, though, with all these Darkstar buffs, though, and the Deathblade stacking up.
He didn't have enough Darkstar stacks, I don't think, right?
Probably not. I'm pretty sure it was a 4th shot.
It was like it was a full health.
Yeah.
Star Rakan with a shield from Protector. I hope that not fully stacked Jhin doesn't one-shot that without 4th shot. But I think it had to have been 4th shot, and Jhin just killed that off. But that's insane. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's actually seems really, really strong. And I do think Socks, to me, looked like probably the strongest in the lobby at this second. Right now, he looked like the strongest. But Inay beat him, and maybe Inay is the strongest in the lobby right now. It's maybe there's other comps that could beat Inay's comp right now. Maybe it just kind of
a rock paper scissors, I think. Yeah,
was able to counter out the Protector composition, but I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe Socks is falling off. I don't think he is. I think he looks incredibly strong right now. ZZ Rock Portal going onto Jarvan as well.
I think Socks is going to get outscaled here, though. While I think Socks is incredibly strong right now, once it gets to stage 6 and people are solidifying, you know, all of their end game comps here, which I guess like people kind of already have. Yeah, I guess this is the point where Socks' comp starts to fall off without that tier 3 Xin Zhao with those 3 perfect items. He's not going to have enough damage. The Rakan can't do it alone, I don't think. And so, it'll be a slow bleed out. It will be a bleed out nonetheless. Like, I think Nature's wins this fight probably.
Yeah, I mean, here's some Rebels, but really the tier 2 GP is always scary. Yeah, the Shroud does hit the GP, which is massive, but the Orbital Strike going to come down. Actually, the Mystics doing work.
Yeah.
Keeping Socks comp alive, but doesn't have a lot of damage left, and that Grand Entrance isn't going to hit on the targets he needs. He needs to get one more proc, and that's massive. That might just seal the deal here. With that, there's one more bullet time coming out, but Nature's is going to fall. And I think what we were underestimating there is the 4 Mystic being able to sustain or keep them alive through all of that additional damage. Because it looked like there would be too much from tier 2 GP, the MF in the back line. It just looked like there would be far too much damage coming out up front, but just being able to live through that and sustain with the Protector shields. The other Rebels don't really do that much damage, so I guess just surviving that wasn't enough, and Socks still able to take down Naturesbf, gonna put him out in 7th with what looked like a pretty powerful composition. I think maybe that was a bad matchup for Natures.
I think so, and I think the fight went a little bit unfortunately as well. The Shroud, the GP not ulting right away, not hitting all the units. MF ulti was pretty bad as well there, actually, but Nature's falls and move on to Narkez versus Socks here. Can Socks take out another low HP target here? And it's not looking like that's the case. These cybernetics, they're strong.
Yeah. That Echo is terrifying right now for Narkez. He's on 1 HP, but we might be seeing him stick around for a little bit longer with that Echo. And overall, I mean, Socks, I don't think Socks can ever beat Narkez. I think it's not going to happen unless there's some major overhaul on Socks' composition, but I don't think it's going to happen, and Socks is going to need someone else to eliminate him. But fortunately, there are still 4 other players left in the lobby for Socks to, kind of pay off to take down Narkez. Tip him a couple gold. Should add that to the game,
Yeah, we'll see. I was just looking at this Hodge and going in the Aurelia and thinking about like how the fight could have gone. I think the only way that the Socks' comp can beat Narkez is if Rakan knocks up Echo and Echo dies before he ultis, and then Aurelia doesn't get resets. That has to be the only way, but it's still unlikely for that to be what happens though. But I don't know if Narkez will.
Just gonna be a pretty good item for Narkez as well.
Definitely.
You think that goes on the Aurelia, or do you think it's?
I think so. All the other units already have, well, besides for Lucian, but it's a Lucian 1. I don't think it's important enough. Finds Lulu 2. I wonder if we'll swap that one in for anything, but Lulu 2 was made for Narkez. Yeah.
What?
Shaco going on the bench here, scouting around.
Yo!
Sphinx at tier 3 Blitzcrank.
Let's go!
Man.
My favorite unit getting 3-starred. Let's go!
Remember talking like last week? It's like, you'll probably never see a 3-star of that unit.
I know, we did. We said I was never going to see a 3-star Blitz again. I was the only person mad enough to be playing 3-star Blitz.
Oh, apparently Sphinx is as well.
Sphinx, you've made me a fan. I just want to see the 3-star Blitz. The thing is, though, is Sphinx isn't going to put items on the 3-star Blitz, and that's...
No, that's a Thieves Gloves, I think.
Oh, does it? Wait, that's the move. That's the move. Oh yes. You can have the. You get the. He just needs the AP roll on the Blitz. Just one shot someone.
It could. HamHamGANG falls. And Inay almost fell the last round. Lost to like 8 or 9 units or something, like 8 units, 7 units, something like that. Drops on a 2 HP. Narkez still win streaking on 1. WaterBear now goes to 9. Sphinx. Oh,
that roll! Wait, that roll's so good! Oh my god!
It's something.
Oh, that roll is nuts.
I wonder.
Bro, watch your fight. Watch his fight. Let's go. I just want to see the Blitz pop. Yes, let's go.
Narkez versus Sphinx here. All right, that's gonna one-shot the MF. It's gone.
It's gone. What? Let's see if he gets another one. Where is it?
No, Aurelia and Echo.
They do too much damage. All right, they're nuts. Oh, it feels bad, man. If he actually was on the Echo, though, it would have been so insane.
Yeah, it could have been real nuts there.
I think it would have popped him.
The Jhin won there. Pretty sure Jhin popped Rakan like as he was dashing towards him for the knockout, keeping him alive.
Bro. He just has to roll AV and hit the V position to hit the carry.
Yeah. And
Sphinx actually wins every fight. He just has to be a better player than everyone else in the lobby. Has to know exactly who he's playing against and position. Look at Jeweled Gauntlet IE. That's the roll.
It's gonna one-shot something else.
It's gonna crit. It's gonna one-shot something.
Oh my god, those blitz items.
Find it. Find the positioning. Come on.
Oh man. You see Narkez versus the clone of I don't remember who quite this is at this point.
Let's see, it's looking like it's the other cybernetics, which is WaterBear, I think.
Oh yeah.
Is WaterBear's clone.
Ooh,
Bro, if Sphinx won the round, it's because of Blitzcrank. If he lost,
Sphinx won the round.
Anything else? Yeah, Blitzcrank actually hard carried that round for sure. Absolutely. We know it happened. We know in our hearts.
Oh man, WaterBear drops there. Socks drops to 10 HP. Everyone is within lethal range right now. So 2 players will fall during this next round of combat. 1 HP is Narkez still, but Echo and Irelia absolutely destroying everybody right now.
He may not lose a round, but also, if Sphinx is a true gamer, absolute gamer, right?
Ooh,
Gets his blitz down. Okay, these aren't good. These aren't good
Not
items.
great items. If he loses, it's because the Blitzcrank items.
He loses, it's because of the Blitzcrank items. That's the only reason. But if he gets the hook onto the Echo, it's still a tier 3 Blitz. I don't know the base damage in this set for Blitz. I haven't gone through my Blitzcrank stats. I haven't done my full Blitzcrank theory crafts yet.
He'd have to get his full mana bar back to hook the Echo, because Echo's Infiltrator, so it won't.
Oh, you're right.
Get hooked, yeah. Can't get hooked to the beginning. Okay,
right,
repositions here.
It might be doomed, but we'll see. Oh,
hooks. Okay, fights Inay here.
Didn't get the Jin. Didn't get it though.
Gets the Karma. MF going across.
Pretty good MF ult.
Yeah.
It doesn't get the Jin though.
Oh, Jinx gets stunned on the Trap Claw.
The Shaco just lifestealed through all of that damage, and Sphinx actually is just gone.
Yeah.
So now it's Inay. It's because of the items.
4th place.
Yeah.
Socks in 3rd. The protectors do fall.
If you got AP items, he wins that round actually every time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't think so, but Narkez rolling for fun here. Okay, we see no Rebels actually here. We see Cybernetics and Darkstars in Darkstar Mystics with the Jin carry in the top 2. Narkez wanting to position that Irelia to kill the Lulu and then the Jin though. Yeah,
that is incredibly important. But that is the very interesting thing about Inay's comp. I mean, we talked about it earlier, but this is probably the final fight, and we'll just go into it and we'll see what happens here. The Jin being pushed forward so it doesn't get jumped on, and it's just popping up with the Irelia getting onto the Jin. He's trying to stay alive, but he gets into that GA state, and these infiltrators are just far too much. But we do see the Darkstar get a 2nd place in the first game. No Rebels. Cybernetics going to get first. This tier 2 Echo Narkez, as soon as he finished that, did not lose another round after dropping down to 1 HP. So congrats to him for taking the first lobby. But Inay getting 2nd place with that Darkstar comp, and that I love to see. It's kind of a new comp that's coming out. Something we didn't see at all week 1. We didn't even see someone buy a Jin, I'm pretty sure, unless they sold it immediately after, right? So it's very interesting to see this come out. The composition basically revolves around Jin, somewhat Shaco, but mostly Jin, and it did very well. It lost to Cybernetics, which also seemed like a strong composition even from last week, but even more so now. Looking pretty good. No Rebels in even the top 4. Or wait. Yeah, no Rebels top 4.
Yeah, Sphinx was Cybernetics, Socks was Protectors, Inay was Jin, and Narkez was Cybernetics as well. So, wait, what? So WaterBear, HamHamGANG, I know is Sorks. I think Nature's the only Rebels player. Yeah, so Nature's playing Rebels.
Rebels got 7th, and it was the only one in the lobby. So Rebels not even really represented here. We love to see it, right? Socks had Protectors, got 3rd. So score shaping out. Narkez, Inay, Socks, Sphinx is your top 4 right now, going into round 2. We got a lot of TFT to go, and we'll just try and jump right back into it and get right into game. See what they grab off the first carousel. What items are getting chased after? Is there a real offensive carousel? Is there a real item out of these 3 that is like heavily favored, or is it more just whatever comp they kind of want to go?
I would say the priority, at least for me, priority of items on carousel right now is probably sword, rod, tier, or vest at that point, maybe. I think sword's just so flexible. It goes into so many good items. It goes into GA, which is essential for Rebels and just works really well in any other comp. It can go into Giant Slayer, which is super good, as we saw as one of the items on the Echo. It could go the Brawler Blasters as well. What else can sword go into? It can go into IE for, as we usually see on Jins, and go into Bloodthirster, which you usually see on Jins. Deathblade we saw Inay made last game. So sword just overall is super good.
We've
item
even seen
right now.
we've seen some Gunblades on Aurelion Soul. It's not like an optimal, like ideal, perfect item,
true.
but we have seen them on Aurelion Soul, and it's not a bad item. So
Yeah,
it is very, very versatile.
You wouldn't I wouldn't go out of your way to make it, but if you're after Raptors and you have a sword and a rod left, you're like, sure, I'll slap that on there.
Yeah,
and
it's certainly not a bad item.
Yeah. As soon as that shield wears off, sometimes that extra healing to send out one more volley of those little, I don't even know what they're called, the Aurelion Soul little minions there to deal damage, gets that extra volley of those, and it's the difference between the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see Inay picking up a couple items here, actually. A lot of items early on. Just have a glove, a tier, and a vest.
That's a couple of Sonas there, interesting. But buys the Darius now. I think this is a really smart move on Inay's part here. Doesn't really have anything else, so it's kind of the only thing that he has presented to him. Unless he wanted to go for Recon for Protectors or Liana to try to roll some Cybernetics or Vanguards, but farming money early with a Darius and Graves is going to be so powerful. Even if you don't streak, it's possible that the amount of gold that you'll gain from Space Pirates is going to just net equal out to how much you would be gaining if you were full lose or full win streaking. And if you're winning half the rounds and making money at that point, it's still super, super good. You're preserving some HP while making as much gold as you would have been full loser win streaking.
Yeah, I would love to see a Darius with a bunch of items tonight. I think it's incredibly fun to watch. And I would just love to see it happen. And maybe this is the board that it's going to happen, is Darius is an item carry, because already starting out with a Graves.
Yeah,
Graves
too,
Graves. And it might be Graves item carrier as well. That's possible. Would love to see the Darius. Would love to see the resets, but even just seeing Space Pirates get utilized here by a player the caliber of Inay is going to be really awesome to watch.
Yeah,
WaterBear slamming a death cap on Ziggs here.
Damn, Slam's death cap has tier 2 Malphite right now. If that doesn't spell Rebels, I don't know what does. I guess you could use death cap for a couple of things. Yeah, we see Inay here does choose to put the tier on Graves, and yeah, there is the Seraphs right there, instantly going to throw out that smoke screen, going to be blinding that Ziggs. Darius dunk comes through, but doesn't quite kill the Malphite though.
Yeah, I mean, Malphite's so tanky that Inay might not even win that. I mean, he probably wins this, right? But it lived for so long, even through all this damage that Inay had. And unfortunately for Inay, the Leona takes a couple of those last hits.
No, actually.
Denies some gold. I think it was two. I think it's two of the last hits. Actually, Leona kind of just comes through with like a 30 damage auto and takes it away.
So, you wanted that? Oh, my bad. I just want to secure it. Kill secure.
Just take it out, Inay. Put a tier 1 Graves in there. Just get your gold.
Yeah, right. Honestly, it's really unfortunate. That's potentially a loss of 2 gold, which adds up in TFT, especially in the this current galaxy where it's the poor galaxy, the poverty galaxy. Yeah,
we need those coins. We just a few
we
coins.
Really do.
Coins, my lord.
That's all he needs. Just a few coins. WaterBear versus Narkez here. Couple of Chronos versus that super tanky Malphite. Will it fall though?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually so beefy early, and it does give time for WaterBear's backline to get some damage out, even though, like,
the Fiora.
This backline has no business getting any kills on the enemy units.
Yeah.
But Malphite just lived for so long that WaterBear is, like, almost winning rounds. He's probably not going to win any rounds until he gets a couple upgrades in the back, like a tier 2 Ziggs, for example.
Ziggs, too. Pretty
good upgrade. And that may allow him to start to find a few round wins, maybe start turning it around a little bit. But I don't think WaterBear minds lose streaking a little bit right now while he kind of finds his Rebels or finds his mid game that he can bridge the gap to his Rebels later on.
Chooses to play 2 Protector, 2 Celestial here. This is a play that signifies that he wants to try to win some rounds. And I mean, even if he wins the next 3 rounds, he'll still be on a decent win streak before Krugs. So we'll see if that's the route that he goes, or if he even full pivots into Protectors, probably has to scout around a bit more to know people are going to be going before committing to that. But it is an option.
Yeah, for sure. He's going up against Socks. Socks has slammed a couple items as well. Slammed the GA on the Caitlyn. Of course, an item carrier. I don't think we see Caitlyn in really any composition. Not even that Jhin comp. It doesn't really run snipers, does it?
The Jhin does run snipers with Ashe, I believe.
Oh, right. We did see Ashe in it. That is true.
Yeah, if you're gonna run a sniper, it's probably Ashe. You could go for Chronos, but we really don't see that variant all too often of the Jhin composition. You just see Ashe, and then you have Lulu in. It gives 2 Celestial, and Lulu provides Mystics when you have like a few Dark Stars or more. I think, yeah, Inay had 6 Dark Star in that last game. But you run Karma for Mystic along with the Lulu. There's just a lot of options there for really strong units and strong synergies that really buff that Jhin up or allow him to survive. See Carousel here. WaterBear grabs Rod, another Rod. I think that is the 3rd one there.
Yeah, because he just Death Cap Slam.
Yeah.
I wonder what he wants with this one in particular. I mean, Ludens is something we see early on, but Morello's, of course, is an item you do want for the long haul.
Yeah. Another Recon here.
Right now has a bow, so I don't think that's going to be doing anything here at all. I don't think he wants Ginsus. It's probably just going to be strictly the Rod thrown onto Ziggs. A little bit of extra damage.
Yep, a little bit extra damage. Going to be perhaps assisting in securing a win streak right now. Doesn't opt to level up though. Wants to try to win streak while still being on 4. I mean, is scouting the players that he probably hasn't faced yet. All scouting a bit of everybody actually, but just seeing who he is going to win or who he is going to lose against. Up against HamHamGANG here. With, I mean, a kind of a smattering of units here. A couple of Celestials, a couple of Protectors, and just a random Fiora too.
Yeah, we got the Zyricon though. The little lovers duo, which I don't believe has any synergy in TFT.
Celestial.
Celestial, but they don't have like a
they don't have an interaction. Yeah. I was actually, I
wish they would have added that actually.
I think it would have been neat. I think it would have been really cool. I think recently Mort Dog, one of the TFT team people, Riot, he did a 24-hour stream and had a bunch of developers and a bunch of people who worked on TFT in that stream. And I believe someone asked the question, why don't they share a specific interaction? Because a lot of people wanted to see that. I don't remember the specific answer, but they wanted to keep it separate for probably practical reasons. Maybe it's too hard to pull off it really effectively, but
yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's definitely different than Summoner's Rift, and even if they tried to go the exact same route, because they do have Deadly Plumage as the ability for Xayah in the game, which is, of course, the ability that interacts most with Recon on Summoner's Rift. Basically, just gives the buff to Recon as well. So theoretically, they could have tried to just add that, but maybe for, like you said, practical reasons, it just didn't work out. And it'd be cool to see them eventually add it in if they figure it out, but I understand if they don't. It is a different game. It is in the League of Legends client, but it is not League of Legends. It's
a different game. This isn't.
It's Summoner's Rift,
League of Legends.
Oh, brand new game.
I've been lied to. Wow,
brand new Riot Games.
Oh, true. Actual Riot Games now. Feels good,
multiple
man.
Games.
Multiple TFT.
We got,
Runeterra now. All that.
Runeterra, TFT. Mechs and Minions. The board game.
Oh yeah,
it's a deep cut.
I forgot about that one.
But
deep cut. Yeah. Jeez.
They've been Riot Games.
on the down low. On the
DL, they've been Riot Games. But
yeah. H2 going Rebels here, but doesn't really have Rebel items. Has a sword for potential GA and a rod, or not rod, sorry, a cloak for potential Ionic. Needs a rod for that one though. But not really much to do right now besides just tank some more rounds. H2 probably AS50 right now, which is really good. Might end up going level 8 on round 4-1 and rolling for the upgrades or for the Alien Souls and GPs. I don't know. We'll see. This doesn't look good for H2 right now, though.
He's gonna have to hit or he is screwed because he's not gonna have a lot of HP to go through.
Nope.
It really, really much is going to be that kind of peep around, or like you said, maybe earlier, right? Maybe 4-1.
Actually,
and if he doesn't hit, it might be a first or eighth. But yeah, you did. It doesn't look like he should be killing units, but he is.
Socks is on level 4 still. Generally on 3-1, players will be on level 5.
Is that bad for H2? Or does he
honestly,
need to maintain a little HP? Because I don't think he's winning any more rounds. That's why I think it's bad. I feel like that's the last one he's winning for a while.
I think it's probably overall bad. I mean, he still can't go on a loss streak here up until Wolves and gain gold through neutrals. Oh man, I don't know. I'm so conflicted actually, like in saying whether that's like actually good or bad. Because preserving HP is good.
It's like neutral to bad, right?
Yeah, it's
neutral, probably not good, but maybe it's not bad either. It's got to be on that scale of like neutral to bad, right? Like it could be okay, it could be fine, because maybe he gets down to the point where he's just far too low, and winning this round actually like made a difference and it mattered. But also it could just be bad because he just maybe doesn't have enough gold, doesn't hit. If he doesn't hit his units, like it was bad because he just didn't have enough gold, right? Like it's kind of where it is. It's going to be results based on whether it was neutral or bad, or even good, I guess. Technically, if he like lives on 4 and survives forever, then it was great. It was fucking great. Yeah,
I'd probably say it's neutral though. Like preserving HP, good. Not having quite enough money, not great. He's going to lose probably. You know, if he kept lose streaking until Wolves, how much gold would that be? I don't know. It's like 3, 6. He would lose one, so it'd be like around 8 or 9 gold. I think that he would end up losing.
Like it's 4 rolls, but like you know how many effective
basically like 4 rolls.
It's technically 4, but still, it's
Yeah. We'll see though. H2 lost that last round, I believe. Goes down to last place. Nature's though in first place currently right now, 100 HP. Has a really strong composition here. Throws a Kayla, and I think Kayla is one of the strongest mid-game units. Oh, this is a 2-2 Darius. And the Jace.
Oh, but the Malphite! They're all hitting Malphite! He just doesn't die!
Oh no, that's no gold there. Every time we watch Inay go against somebody, it just doesn't get gold. I wonder how much gold he's actually gotten between those pirates, because like 2-2 Darius and have a Jason and the 2-2 Graves, like he must have gotten some gold over the course of
no, absolutely. His HP is still good. I think he's pretty happy, but every time we watch him, not only is he not getting gold, but also all his units are always hitting a Malphite. It's always like just some meaty Malphite standing there, taking all the damage, not going down. I am interested to see if Inay can hit GP and if he plays 4 Space Pirates, because I love watching the 4 Space Pirates because it is so hyped to see when an item pops off and what you see Inay decide to do with those items if he gets them.
You know, I feel like Inay will probably pivot to a Jhin before going for Space Pirates, because he chose to make another sword there, and just because I think people probably just aren't going to play the Space Pirates at 4 of them. I could be wrong, and hey, I kind of hope I'm wrong to some extent.
Maybe I should have just made Sarah.
I agree with you. It's unlikely because we rarely see it in people's streams, pro streams. Probably you rarely see it on ladder. It's clearly not like an optimal strategy, right? Last week though, we did have someone go 4 Space Pirates and it essentially won them the game because they were able to pull so many
items.
And in a situation where Inay can comfortably go there and still set up to transition, it could be good. But again, it's very much, it comes down to hitting that early GP. It's like if he hits it on 7 on like a natural roll, that's where we kind of see that 4 Space Pirates actually be something that gets played. He goes 7, naturally hits a GP. There we go. Throw it in. Because I believe that is what happened the previous time we saw it.
Mm-hmm. I believe so as well. Inay did farm a couple gold last round though.
Yeah, making money.
So it's Narkez?
Feels good.
Making money and still sitting like very healthy. 77, pretty high up in the lobby. 4th, but basically tied for 2nd. He's like 1 down from Narkez.
Yeah, 1 down from 2nd place. That's perfectly fine. Nature's still on a streak right now. H2 dropping to 46 though. H2's going to actually. Do you want to watch H2 on round 4-1? Do you want to see if he does decide to roll to 8 there and what he decides to, or what he hits, not decides to hit? If you decide to hit something, you just everything solo GP,
Look,
please.
We would love if you could just decide to hit whatever. We've seen people decide to hit things in the past on Fight Night.
True. You're not wrong.
I lose anyways, because this Recon just
Sometimes they decide not to hit, and we question those decisions.
Yeah, why did he just hit there? Like, I don't get it.
I don't know.
Oh, jeez, farming a gold.
Okay.
And the Lucian still left alive to clean up.
Actually, probably gonna win. So
yeah.
If that was a Blitzcrank 2, though, you'd probably still lose. But
still would have won.
Inay
Lucian
gonna win that, and gonna finally hit 7. We'll see if he naturally hits a GP. I am interested to see what he would do if he naturally hits GP here. He certainly plays it, obviously, right? But
yeah,
it's how long he plays it. It's how long he plays it. That's the interesting kind of fact. But it's of course he would have to naturally hit a GP, and that's just very unlikely. We're basically one round away from kind of that point where we're going to see if H2 decides to really, spend all his gold, because he's in trouble. 36. It's pretty low.
Yeah,
you're not super happy at 36.
That's like PIBA HP right there.
It is, yeah.
Not, maybe a little bit lower.
It is. We're a couple rounds pre-PIBA round, so it's a little bit rough. But going into 4-1, there is the Jin for Inay, so he's got quite a few Dark Star and does hit the Jin. That's going to be something we'll check back on in a few. But it does look like here we are. H2 is at level 8.
Rolling it down.
So that is one of the units, but it's not the most important unit at all.
Nope.
It's one that you want, but H2 would have been happy finding that much later. He more so needs his GP. He needs his Aurelion.
Man. Didn't find any Jinxes either, so I can't even go for the Jinx variant. Goes Blade Master, slaps on his Ziggs.
Sphinx also Rebels, but better.
What is happening? H2. What point have you had to get to make Giant Slayer Blade Master on a Ziggs 1?
This point, 28 HP on 4-2. I believe that is the Giant Slayer Blade Master Ziggs round.
Okay, there's a GP.
Does find faster impact.
I don't even know if that's worth it, to be honest. I mean, H2 takes it, but
God, he has no GP items actually.
Whoa, Warmogs, QSS.
Huge GP items actually. Get some tankiness. Get him up there.
Hey, can't be Zephyr now, which is pretty cool. Usually people try to Zephyr your GP if he's chilling in front, so I like that.
I like Quicksilver as a GP item, theoretically. I don't mind that at all. And Warmogs is like scuffed GA, I guess. We're trying here. We're trying to find some positives.
Kind of. It is kind of scuffed GA.
It's just going to give him enough time to get the ulti off. And he does. And now we're going to see Blade Master Ziggs really just popping off here. Yeah, not enough, though.
Actually, almost won that round.
22. Yeah, he did almost win.
The GP did like 3k damage. It's tier 1 GP. Slap it in. Does a lot. Keeps rolling. He's rolling down every turn, not finding anything.
Hitting. Oh, poor H2, man. This might be back-to-back 8s.
Doesn't even have 6 Rebels. Like, has not found Aurelion, Soul, or a singular Jinx either.
I was memeing him about how is he gonna find a win with no Vigar, but I didn't mean it, H2. I didn't mean for you to be cursed with this luck right now. This is just it's just tragic for H2 because I don't think he's done too much necessarily wrong here. It's just not hitting any of his Rebels. He even went for the earlier level up. Like, these are correct plays coming out of H2. And unfortunately just not hitting, and it can happen. It happens to all these players. It's the nature of TFT. I mean, there are a lot of good plays you can make. There's a lot of skill involved in this game. But sometimes when you are very close skill with a lot of the other players in the lobby, it's a lot of micro decisions, and then sometimes it just comes down to, do you hit? H2's not hitting right now.
Not really. Nature's, I believe, rolled down to like 0 that turn. Has a couple of Valkyries. Has some Sorks, actually, with some Brawlers in front of it. Not generally a comp you see all that often, so Nature's maybe wants to transition into something else. I don't think this is the end game build for Nature's here.
Very
We'll
important note.
see.
H2 did pick up Asol here.
Oh, true.
This is big. It does have a BF sword.
It has a sword. Oh no. I don't think it is a single rod or a single tier.
Yeah, his items are so bad it might not matter. It probably doesn't matter, but
oh man. Hey, gives him 6 rebels. That's pretty cool. Still rolling. Needs to sell that Zig. Never mind.
No, I think what he realizes is those items don't matter. They don't matter.
Unless they're on a Jinx, they don't matter.
Right.
Not a Jinx, yeah.
Oh, he found another Aurelion Soul. If he can find Aurelion Soul too, that might matter. That can matter.
With 1 sword on it. Oh,
I mean, it's still. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. I feel like it matters a little bit. It matters a little bit.
It matters a little bit, for sure. Couldn't wait to see if he won the round, actually, because he could have kept that Malphite potentially. Kind of wishful thinking here. Going up against HamHamGANG here, who is level 7, though. Going Protectors here. As Protector Shaco in the back on Ziggs here.
The Ziggs,
Lulu.
crazy attack speed. Oh, the shield though, that's gonna be probably too much. I mean, Xin Zhao's just gonna, pop off with those 3 talent strikes, and it actually was close. It was kind of close.
Yeah, it was.
H2. One more round and he'd be dead here, pretty much. Or sorry, 2 more rounds because he's got to get to 5-1 for that extra damage. But
yeah.
Oh boy, H2. Is he just gonna sell the Ziggs? He's thinking about it.
It takes away. Oh god, that's
no demolitionist now
so
though.
Bad, yeah. No demolitionist for GP while having GP in, and you have a Jinx 1. I mean, those are good items for the Jinx. Sure, that's great, right? But Aurelion Soul has 1 sword. Is it going to be Deathblade Aurelion Soul? No, I mean, of course not. But could, if he wins this round and makes it to neutrals. Sell that Aurelion Soul, make Deathblade Jinx.
Nature's is on the downswing here for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely weaker than earlier.
Jinx is popping off.
Jinx is actually doing like a lot of damage, like a very, very sizable amount of damage, I think.
Oh, it was mostly GP, actually, but yeah, a lot of Jinx.
But Jinx was actually very close.
Yeah, tied.
Yeah.
I just see GP go off and like he just did.
Yeah.
Okay. Sells that Aurelion Soul to get the sword off. It roll. Okay.
It's so good.
The only thing that he could have rolled there, I think, besides 2 GPs to have him potentially come back in the game.
He can't win this game. He probably doesn't top 4.
Okay, how can he win this game?
He lives for a few rounds.
Okay.
He could get rods off this round. He has a lot of items already, though.
All right.
He probably can't get rods off this.
He has 10. He could get 2 items here. It could be like Seraphs or Morellos.
That matters. That really matters.
Yeah. Max 2 items. There's 1. It's a tier. That's pretty good. Ooh. Okay. There's GA. There's GA. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good.
If he needs to find T2 GP though. T2 GP gives him a shot, right?
Another Jinx or another Jinx. Okay. All right. That was the literal exact roll I think that he needed there. In order to have a chance here, Shojin is kind of a dead item. Like tier or sword is going to do nothing on Aurelion Soul. Shojin's the Lulu. That's the play right now. Yeah, he's gonna go for that.
He's definitely doing it. He's waiting for the mana trick, right? Is that still?
Yep.
Yeah, that's still a thing, right? I didn't want to. I thought it was
mechanic.
Crazy. Yeah.
No, it's still
the mechanic. Yeah, the mechanic.
Hey, right? That would change it. It's the mechanic. Well, I don't know why the Malphite's there. It's rebuffing the Jinx, but I mean, hey, it technically is winnable. Wait, Inay is playing 4 Space Pirates.
Look at this. He's playing it.
Any items?
Win here, right?
He doesn't win, no.
If I beat everyone,
this is good though.
It's good for H2.
We believe in H2 right now. This looked like the worst game, man. His luck was down. And it's coming back. It's coming back. He's bringing it back.
The sad thing is, it's probably such a like high chance that H2 like holds on for a couple more turns, then runs into a bad matchup and just still dies in 8th place. Like, that's probably likely to happen.
We build this narrative, the comeback. He finds the roll. He loses next round. His comp still isn't that good for Rebels, because like
no items on Aurelion Soul. It's Aurelion Soul too, but no items on it is just so sad. And GP has the GA now, but like Jinx doesn't even have Blaster in. It's okay. This matchup's winnable though. Narkez.
Yeah, it can beat Narkez. I think we're gonna get the GP ult for sure. Yep. It's a sizable amount of targets as well, and the Jinx is still up and blasting away and looks pretty good. Oh no! Okay.
Oh, it's still. Wait, I was saying it's close. As like, it was close. The round's still going on, and either player could win, but no, it ended up being that H2 victory there.
All right. Is this
Bro, I want him to roll his GPs. I want him to find it.
Just rolls right now, hits 2 GPs.
I want the underdog story here. Come on, H2.
There's already a G. Wait, no. There's actually not enough GPs left in the pool. It's literally impossible.
Really not? Is it
There was two GPs. Another person had 1, and I think another person had 1. Or I'm not sure. There's at least 8 or 9 taken in the pool. If there's 8 taken in the pool, he could theoretically do it. But I think there was 9 taken. Unsure though. But we'll see here. This next round, H2 repositions a little bit. This is gonna be rough. That's a really strong looking GP there versus a less strong looking GP.
Oh boy! It's landing. Oh no, they walked into it. Okay, that's a little bit scary. It's a lot scary.
Oh,
that's really bad.
That's...
No.
I don't think we could go 9.
Yep.
No, H2.
Yep.
Oh,
remember,
he's gonna get
it's likely for him to get 8th place.
His second 8th place of the night. Poor H2. He tried his damnedest to hang in there.
Sphinx falls same round as well, though. Falls in 7th.
Yeah, Sphinx dropping 4th to 7th.
Yeah. You know, the good news is, I mean, you know, obviously bad news, H2's gone. The good news is we can watch Inay farm some items with 4 space bars.
That's true. Let's just watch, enjoy some space pirates. We don't get to see. This is a treat. This is a rare treat that we get to see space pirates.
Yeah, I wonder if he still has the mid. We'll see here. Nope.
Nope. We missed it. That's all right.
Farmed a couple items though. Like had a few items on the bench. And those were definitely from the space pirates.
Is it Infiltrator Jin?
It is Infiltrator Jin, which would be really good if he had another Infiltrator. Which probably looking for a Shaco here to both buff.
Yeah, he has
Star and Infiltrator.
He has Shaco on the bench.
Oh yeah, it has the Shaco, but probably wants to put it in at 9, or wants to. Yeah, it has 2 Vanguards in, so it doesn't really want to sell the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, if only Thresh granted synergies, probably be broken, but you know.
Yeah, it pulls it in, but yeah, doesn't give Infiltrator.
4 shot on the Aurelion. Yep, there it goes.
Ooh, okay, Jin cleans this up, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I think so.
Well, the Rinans hit the Jinx over the Lulu. That's really good.
Yeah, WaterBear actually staying alive though.
Yeah, Narkez at 4, WaterBear at 5, HamHamGANG at 12. All 3 of those players could potentially die this round.
Yeah, Natures has been hemorrhaging quite a lot. Socks has overtaken him in HP.
Yeah. It's a triple Giant Slayer Narkez Blaster Brawler build with the Bramble MF.
Like, this feels like it should be strong, but I feel like he's still weaker than a lot of people in this lobby.
A Jinx 1, which kind of sucks. It's actually so hard
to a lot of other things.
What was that?
Even on Jinx 2, do you think he might lose to a lot of other comps?
Yeah, he might. I mean, the Shaco is just killing anyway. Well, but MF could clean up though. Oh, the Trap Claw though on the Echo. Oh, and the Echo ult just cancels the MF ulti anyway though. I think she might be able to win though. Still,
she's still in a pretty good spot here.
She has Bramble versus the Shaco, so it's not going to be able to get crit ever.
Happy feet.
She's doing the little spin move there with the bullet time, but yeah, takes out that Shaco. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's actually so hard to run Brawler Blasters because Jinxes are so contested because all the Rebel players are running Jinx. Like I literally ran into a situation yesterday myself playing on ladder where there's like three Rebel players, another person running Brawler Blasters, and I had 2 Jinxes, and there was really all the Jinxes in the pool taken. So I like rolled down like 40 gold for Jinx, like being like, wow, where's the Jinx too? And then I scouted being like, wait, how many Jinxes are taken? And it was actually all 12 of them because I was big and didn't scout because I like never run into that situation before in this set. But yeah, now I know that's a thing that definitely happens, and probably a reason why Narkez has not found the Jinx 2 as of yet. It's just such a contested unit.
Yeah, I mean, H2 put 3 Jinxes back in the pool when he went down, so that might be an opportunity for Narkez to find it.
Yeah, at this point now. Rolling, not hitting them though, at least not right now. Already has the MF2, doesn't need those. Rolling, not a lot of forecasts, but none of them are Jinx. None of them are Blitzcrank as well either. Shojin probably goes, okay, I was gonna say he goes Ezreal, but Cho'Gath is good too, I think. Okay.
Narkez versus Natures, HamHamGANG on 1, so he may be going down. WaterBear could go down. I mean, there's a lot of people that can fall on this round. 6-1 going into the combat. It's against the Rebels. WaterBear. We're gonna see if this Cho'Gath can get a massive rupture. I think that's a big factor in this fight, and
looking to
hit everyone except Aurelion, which is of course completely fine. And there's the bullet time, gonna wipe the board. But now Aurelion, it's just an Aurelion 1, and WaterBear's going to go down. Narkez going to take that one. I mean, that MF ulti, that bullet time was massive. Pretty much just immediately erasing the board. Inay going to take out HamHamGANG as well.
Yep, HamHamGANG going out sort of middle of the pack again.
We've got our top 4.
Fortunately, yeah, we do have our top 4 all of a sudden. Stage 6, 15 base damage. Oh man, wait. Narkez sold Ezreal 2 to put triple Giant Slayer on the Jinx. On a Jinx 1.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess that's better if the Jinx lives, yeah.
Interestingly enough, this is 3 out of the 4 of the same players from the previous top 4. This is they're currently kind of showing up right now. They're showing these kids how it's done. Schooling.
I don't think we've never had that happen before. I don't think.
If we have, it is incredibly rare. We do not see this happen very often.
Yeah, no, not at all.
This is definitely. Oh my god. Okay.
MF
okay.
Though?
The bullet time kind of not hitting anything, and that's actually going to send Narkez into 4th. That's just going to do it for him. He might have been able to win that with a better bullet time.
I think so. Yeah.
That was channeled on that entire cluster.
Yeah.
I think he had a shot at that one, but unfortunately for Narkez, he's going to go out in 4th. But it's not too unfortunate in general. I mean, of course, Narkez got 1st in the first round, getting a 4th. Not too bad at all. Getting a good amount of points. Inay, though, definitely fighting to grab that top spot after the halfway mark. Still hanging in there. Got 2nd in the first game. He's guaranteed at least 3rd. Yeah. He's going to try and send Nature's home here. 3 HP.
Yeah, there's Dark Star.
2nd or 1st here. I think Nature's has fallen off quite a bit. Does, of course, have the Rebels that he's transitioned into, though.
Yeah, does have those. I mean, Socks has taken 3 GPs. And has a couple of Rebels in there. Oh, man, that Gangplank ultimate's so good. Jin, though, is still alive because the GA gets polyed and knocked up by Wukong, though. Ooh, the Kale.
Yeah, I mean, Socks playing the chef's choice comp. Just kind of throw in a little bit of everything.
Yeah, everything.
You know, Highlander composition potentially. Yeah.
True. Oh, Nature's did fall there that round.
Yeah, Nature's gonna go down to a clone. So Inay securing at least 2nd in this round. He got 2nd in the first round as well. So a very strong performance so far from him.
Oh, faster impact's really good too.
And definitely, this Jin is really kind of popping off.
This is an MF2, right?
These are 2 players we talked about at the start as being incredibly strong players. Inay currently ranked 2 on the ladder. Socks previously having 2 accounts in the top 10 in the previous set. So
yeah, Socks was rank 1 and 2, I believe, both simultaneously.
Maybe I don't care about.
I mean, that's absolutely wild. That's incredibly hard to do in an LP system. So you do have to grind a very large amount of games and also have an incredibly high win rate in order to have something like that occur. Or top 4 rate in TFT, of course, is a more accurate way of judging that. But
Dodges
See
the
if he can
Zephyr.
take down Inay. Yeah, dodging Zephyr here. We're going to watch that Jhin. It's staying alive in the back as most of the Dark Stars fall. Finally getting that Aurelion into the GA state, but popping off one more shot from Whisper.
Damn,
yeah, gonna
really?
take down the MF. I'm surprised Inay won that round, actually. I'm
Me
with you
too.
there.
This is so interesting. Aurelion sold 2. Does that make the difference? I mean,
probably, right?
at this point, does Socks just roll for Rebels? Like, just try to put in some rank 1 Rebels? Just to get that 6-piece buff? I don't know. Like, the GP stunned everything. The Jhin just revived and killed it all, though. I'm not sure what you do if you're Socks here. Try to dodge. Okay, there was no Zephyr because that was from the Thieves' Gloves, but
it doesn't matter if I,
you just put your GP to where it'll stun the Jhin. You need to do that. MF on the opposite side so it can potentially try to clean up.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's pointing out with his cursor here. He's looking for stun, gets it onto the Jhin. Jin's, I mean, almost already dead, gets the shield down. Whisper trying to deal as much damage as possible, gonna rock into that GA
This
state.
has to be it.
Yeah, this has got to be it. Absolutely. Yeah, Inay's
Okay.
gonna go down. 2 second places in a row for Inay. That's pretty insane for Fight Night.
Yeah.
Really well done. Socks can have a third and a first. That's actually gonna tie them up. No, actually, Inay's gonna have a lead. 1 point lead over Socks right now. Going into round 3.
Yeah, Inay will have a we'll have a slight lead there. Yeah, no, but I mean, Jhin can't win, but Jhin can get second, I suppose. Yeah, Inay is in the lead here by 1 point over Socks. Narkez, though, also top 4ing. Is at 21 points. Then it does drop off a little bit. Oh, Natures did 7th in the first game and went 3rd in the second game. Sphinx was the
it was
Sphinx
3
was
of the
top
4. Head top forward is what I
3 of the 4 for sure.
4. Sphinx was the other. That was he went 7th this round. So it does make quite the gap between the top 3 and the rest of the field. 7-point difference from 3rd to 4th after 2 games.
24, 23, 21, then down to 14. Yeah,
it's huge. I mean, we'll have to see if anyone can come back and match this top 3 as far as who's coming back next week, because we might just be seeing Inay, Socks, and Narkez, but we will find out once we return from a short break. We'll have rounds 3 and 4 coming right at you. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's Fight Night Rising. We have quite the race for the top three here. We've had some tight competition between three very, very strong players, Inay, MismatchedSocks, and Narkez. It is still within reach for some of these other players to be catching up, like Naturesbf, Sphinx, TheWaterBear, HamHamGANG, and H2. And there are two more games to do that, but top three in or top four in 2 games in a row is something that not a lot of players are able to do over the course of 2 games, as we talk about nearly every week until now.
Yeah, I mean they've Inay and MismatchedSocks are really popping off this week. Not to sleep on Narkez. He's just down a couple points with even a very impressive first 2 games. I mean, first and fourth is really good in Fight Night, and still he's behind 2 other players. That's pretty unheard of. But we talk about what's that word we like to use all the time? I think
consistency.
Oh wow, yeah, that's the one. Consistency.
I knew it. It's that one.
If a couple of these players keep up with this consistency, particularly looking at Inay and, you might be surprised to hear H2, we might see some records set tonight. As Inay is on pace, if he can keep up scoring as much as he's scoring in each of the last 2 games, to break the record for most points scored. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to that final game, see if he's still in the ballpark for that. But H2... looking to top Solus from, I believe it was last week? No, the week before.
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Solus setting the record for least amount of points scored in a fight night. H2 is coming for that crown, currently with 2 last place finishes, and we'll have to see if he can turn it around. I don't think it's a crown that anyone wants to hold, so we'll see if he can figure it out for these next couple games.
Probably not one that you want to hold, but yeah, H2 just hasn't really found success though. Is not really worked out. Has tried to go what did he try to go Rebels one game and didn't hit. He fast aided roll, didn't hit. It's just been a little unfortunate. The mid game probably not played exactly optimally, losing maybe a bit too much HP. I mean, H2, he is a very smart player. He's able to make those strategies like Vigar in set 2 work out when nobody else was doing it. Knows how to sort of break the meta. I think that is what H2 is known for. So maybe he can do that again and find some way to do that. He's holding on to a Jarvan and a Jin Zhao though, so maybe just trying to go along with the meta here though.
Yeah, and one interesting thing to point out about H2, I mean, we're poking fun, of course. He has gotten 8th in the last 2 games, isn't doing so well in this particular fight night. But H2 is an incredibly good player, and we talk about records. H2 is one of the record holders for most points scored in a fight night. It is a 3-way tie, but he is one of them at 45. H2 has come to fight night and been dominant in the past. So him coming here and getting 2 8s, it definitely is kind of out of character for H2, and we'd love to see him bounce back and maybe find those wins. But of course, he hasn't maybe found his kind of comp yet for set 3. In set 2, he found that Vigar composition that he really, shined with. He looked incredibly strong when running that comp, and set 3 maybe just hasn't found his groove quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very sort of apt description of sort of H2's state here. I know some players are definitely struggling more than others in this set to stabilize, especially, with all the sort of Rebels going on, the prevalence of that. People are just like, oh, I need to play Rebels, otherwise I lose. But, there's some players that are kind of like, no, there is a way to still do well. Kiting, I think Kiting was rank 1 for a while in set 3 here. He did that very well by playing super intelligently, playing cybernetics very, very well, playing just kind of whatever else as well besides Rebels for a little bit there. Obviously he did play a little bit of Rebels, but still just able to go along or against the grain and have success. But I was actually also taking a look back, and it was back in January that H2 had that 45 score or 45 point run in Fight Night, getting a first, a second, and 2 third places. So a super insane run there, and I think H2 has the potential to be able to do that again. Just sort of needs to find his stride here. Might not be doing it this Fight Night, or maybe in next week's. I don't think he'll be able to get enough points. to be.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for him to make it. There's maybe a world where he double first the next 2 games.
Yeah.
If he double first the next 2 games, he might be able to get like third. But
yeah,
it's going to be rough for that.
Yeah, regardless, I want to be able to see him back in the future, though. After in a couple more weeks, and see how he has developed his approach to the meta. Obviously, it will change with patches and everything, but we'll see. He also has chosen to make a chalice here for some reason.
That's the one I wanted to ask you about this one, and you were making a good point, so I didn't want to interrupt it at all. But yeah, he slammed that chalice, and I don't actually know if I've seen that item built in any of the TFT that I've watched.
I think we saw one off of like either a Thieves Gloves or just like that's the only items that were left after Raptors in one of our previous games tonight. Might have just been a Thieves Gloves though, but yeah. I mean, Chalice giving 10 mana. Whenever unit casts, it will give 10 mana to every other unit within 2 hexes of it. TF's mana pool is what, 60, 80, something like that. It's not like ridiculously low though, so it's not like he's gonna be spamming out those cards that fast.
Ziggs was fairly low, which is what
Ziggs is a 40 mana pool, I believe. So
which
that's
seems
a bit more reasonable.
The only way the item makes sense is on a 40 mana pool champion.
Yeah, like Sona, like Ziggs, even Aurelion Soul. I guess it's okay if you don't have another item slot to go there. If there happens to be units near him, because Aurelion Soul does gain mana very quickly with that Starship passive.
That's true, yeah. If it's ulting a lot and you have other units that need the mana, I mean, it seems like a reasonable item. It's just, it kind of feels like a weird slam.
It's a weird slam for sure. Like I would not have ever slammed this item at before stage 2-1 or on stage 2-1 even. But H2's done it. He's on a 3-loss streak. We'll see what he does with this game. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's unorthodox. Hopefully it works out.
We'll have to. I think clearly it's already not working out as far as that item choice in general. But I don't think it necessarily is like a game-losing decision. It's just I think it was a risk where H2 was in a position he wanted to try and win streak, and it was the power that he could throw on the board, and it already didn't work out, so now he has gone away from that strategy. He just now has the item. So now he's going more towards a loss streak and is stuck with that item for the rest of the game, which sucks, but also maybe not the worst item in the world to have, just certainly not the best.
I think I see an out for H2 here. He grabbed Jin Zhao with a vest on this carousel, the best item for a Jin Zhao. He also has the chalice, and as I said previously, could go on a Sona. Oh, nope, he sold. Never mind. My point is actually already gone. He sold the Jin Zhao. I was gonna say he could go protectors.
Make your point. Yeah.
He could go protectors. Has that Jin Zhao, has the vest already on it. Goes Thieves Gloves for Jarvan. Runs Chalice on Sona. Puts the Sona near the Rakan and the Jin Zhao. Actually, near all of them to gain mana. And it's actually not a bad item at that point. It's not really a slam item, but it's not a bad item. But decides to go cybernetics here. Chalice is the Leona. He's trying to be as strong as possible, I guess. It's
super low either.
No, it's not. Running into HamHamGANG here as HamHamGANG tries to farm some money with these pirates. Has a tier 2 Lucian with a red buff as well. HamHamGANG is going to top 4 this game. I'm calling it now.
That's, I think, a pretty bold prediction. I like it. HamHamGANG
is going to top 4. If you have red buff tier 2 Lucian at stage, what is it, 2-6 or 2-5 he had it? He lost a couple rounds early, I guess, but as long as he win streaks from here on out, he's chilling.
I like this new Khroen. He's
as long I've ran Lucian with cybernetics up until Wolves and have win streak to 100 HP the whole game if you have Lucian with cybernetics early. It's so strong. Maybe arguably a bit too strong. But hey, it is what it is, right? You have the Lucian 2 with red buff, best item on him. It's just nuts. Like,
yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's incredibly good. Like I didn't, it's not like you.
It's insane. Okay, HamHamGANG could absolutely troll, but like mid to late game.
Don't backpedal.
he could absolutely troll the mid to late game, or just like doesn't hit anything, and at that point he like maybe goes like 6th, 5th. It's really hard for him to be able to like 7th, 8th here though. Like that's for sure. I think not a thing that will happen. We'll probably top 4. I'm gonna say he's gonna top 4 though. I'll stick to that. I'll stick to that.
I like it. I like it. HamHamGANG will top 4
Yeah,
for sure. Signed, Cloud9 Khroen. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Love to see it. Love to hear it if you were at HamHam. Oh my god.
Items. Oh, he doesn't have cybernetics, but he does have brawlers and blasters here. That's not really in shop. Oh man, Aurelian shop? Wait, is he not going cybernetics though? Does he take that Aurelia? He must be thinking about it.
He buys that every time, right? You gotta go. Like you said, I mean, cybernetics Lucian this early on with the red buff. I mean, it's incredibly good. Plus, Aurelia is a good unit. It's a very good unit. He's thinking about money, right? That's the only.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's money. This is the poverty galaxy, of course. You got to be thinking about how to, regain some of your losses here. Didn't get any money though.
Oh, he might not buy it. Come on.
Yeah, he might not buy it actually, and he might not sell anything
I feel like
either.
you want it though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he buys it. Finds a Kale as well. Sells it immediately. Had the Leona. Could have ran cybernetics. HamHamGANG's not going to top 4. Never mind. No, he still could. I don't know. I mean, maybe he does.
I'm trying to get into his head right now. I'm trying to.
He just wants to run Brawler Blasters probably. Wants to farm some money early with this. He has 2 bows. He wants to make it a Giant Slayers later. Just wants to run Brawler Blasters probably.
But generally, we see players be a little bit more versatile, but I guess it's just you're in the poverty galaxy, and I guess gold is just too important of a resource.
Yeah, I don't think he needed to insta sell it, but I mean,
so he's committing. I mean, he's just hard committing to the blaster. I feel like cybernetics is almost just a stronger composition though, from what we've seen.
Yeah, even I actually don't even like. It's more to talk about this. I just don't like it because even if you were committing to Brawler Blasters, right? Cybernetics is still a super freaking good mid game comp. Like you slap a bow on Aurelia. And you slap the belt or even the full Zephyr on Leona. That's so much HP, so much attack damage that you gain. Okay, that's tier 2 Darius, so that's pretty solid. Wait, he's rolling here?
We've seen him roll in the past. We've seen HamHamGANG rolling early in the past couple of games. It seems to be a strategy that he likes to do, and
I don't like it.
And it's physically harming Khroen.
I don't like it. It's like, I don't know. It's actually just like strictly, I think, a misplay to re-roll once before level 8, unless you're like actually going to die, like taking max damage every single turn.
Yeah, and even to maintain the win streak, if you're just looking to win streak, wouldn't you just go cybernetics?
Yeah,
as that is just the more powerful composition at this point. You would sacrifice some gold now to win streak, which would have been buying cybernetics, but instead, HamHamGANG is sacrificing gold now to win streak via re-rolling, I guess. I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, he had upgrades, right? Like he had Darius too. He had Blitzcrank too. Threw in a what's it called? Threw in a Ezreal. Has a Cho'Gath on the bench. Doesn't have any Vise though, so can't run 4 Brawler when he hits 7 like you would want to. Darius didn't even make him any money the last round, unfortunately. I don't know. I mean, he's win streaking right now, right? Like he seems strong right now, but he'll fall off when it gets to like stage 4, 4-3 around.
Yeah, I mean, especially as Space Pirates are hard gonna fall off. Malphite will eventually just become butter. Lucian is not gonna deal enough damage forever.
Nope. Especially only with 1 red buff. I mean, has those 2 bows, could make a Giant Slayer off of this carousel if he gets a sword, but hey, he's in like 2nd place right now. If he wins this round, he's not going to be able to get any good pick on carousel.
Yeah, I mean, that
look at last
great.
Pick, yeah.
Cho'Gath Rupture going to be able to secure this round, but yeah, I mean, has the Blitzcrank 2 in, is still win streaking.
Man, Nature's win streaking again, actually, though. 100 HP 2 games in a row until like almost Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he falls off, but he didn't fall off too hard last time. I mean, 3rd place is really, really good. So
yeah, just a little bit.
If Nature's gets like another 3rd place, like he's perfectly happy with that.
Oh, for sure. Another Aurelia here. This time it has a belt. What does HamHamGANG decide to go for here? Socks and Narkez going for that Aurelia belt, but Socks was closer to it. Unlucky for Narkez. Picks up a 1-cost cloak. Does he go the Vi? Oh, go the Vi here. He goes the Vi, right? Like, no? Okay. I mean, the belt will be stuck on it, I guess. I don't hate it. It needs money. +1 gold, right?
Yeah.
Plus
One
one
additional gold, belt isn't stuck on the Vi. That's
Yeah.
I mean that's the benefit here.
Could the play could be to once you go 7, you guaranteed have your 4 brawlers, or you could even replace the Darius now to put 4 brawlers in. Nature's had the spat, got the vest there, has a Rebel spat.
This is good.
Running cybernetics here. Yeah, like Nature's is playing this mid game actually so well, I think. Is utilizing everything he needs to, like actually almost perfectly. Leveling when he needs to, distributing items as he needs to, as Tutuliano with the Ionic, it's really strong. Has that Lucian in as well, puts the Rebel buff in. Already has some Rebels on there. And yeah, he's definitely going to go Rebels here because he committed the spat, but he's going to win this round too, I believe, unless Darius super pops off.
We just talked about that. I mean, if you're HamHamGANG though, I mean that's 2 gold +2. But
yeah, but you lose the streak. HamHamGANG, we needed to go on a streak there, I think.
+2 -3, right?
Yeah, +2 -3 actually. Not a good trade.
No, it's so not good for HamHamGANG. Nature's though, this is what we talked about. The cybernetics. HamHamGANG had the option to go cybernetics and how strong they are in this stage of the game. And Nature's not only went the cybernetics, but also has a pretty perfect and seamless transition to Rebels in his mid to late game, provided he hits, but he can go to 8 before he even starts really rolling down. So he's in such a good spot. It's going to be hard to miss. Inay, going to be playing Protectors, does have that tier 3 gen.
Doesn't even have 1 Nico yet, though. That's a little unfortunate. Going to be a bit low because of that, I think. But we can return to that later. He's going to be alive for a while, probably.
H2, however, may not be, but will.
Oh, H2. What's H2 doing? He's 39 HP already.
This guy,
Double rune heads on that Lucian from Sphinx.
Yeah, that's going to help get out the little bit of extra damage from this red buff, but I mean, he's blasting. He's blasting. For sure. He's out here blasting. It just doesn't look like it's doing that much.
Not enough. It was tier 2 Lucian, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. If it's tier 2 Lucian, he probably wins that round.
Yeah. Man, Nature's level 7 on 50 gold when everybody else in the lobby nearly is 50 gold level 6. Aurelia here rolled. Nature's has actually the option to go cybernetics, but I mean, did make the Rebel spat though, so it's a little awkward. Probably won't end up going cybernetics, but I mean, it's technically an option if he just straight up doesn't hit any Aurelian Souls or GPUs or MS.
He can buy that though, and he doesn't even have to play it, right?
Yeah.
He does lose out on a little bit of gold for leveling to 8 if he's trying to fast level, but he's rolling right now instead of leveling, right?
Nature's?
It did look like was that a natural roll?
No, I think it was natural. I think he just bought out the shop. I don't think he rolled there.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident. I would bet
he probably didn't. I don't think he's supposed to here. And he's been playing this pretty.
Yeah, he grabbed it earlier from his shop, and I just grabbed other stuff as well. But
he just bought out shop.
Did not want to make that Vi 2 right there. Did not want to commit the gold to it. Rebel, just Rebel spites the Aurelia for now. It's gonna be a bit stronger than the Lucian. Is already almost going to go level 8 on 4-1. I mean, he's still at 50 gold, so he's still econing, but 38 or 34, XP out of 50 right now. Still has still has a very strong board here. Like, does he even lose this round? Going up against Socks here. Socks has a Kale in the back, which could do damage.
Yeah, this is cybernetic as well for Socks.
Yeah. The Vi jumps onto the Kale.
This gets a little rough, but yeah, like you said, Vi onto the Kale, has the Morellas, will actually take down the Kale, which is big, and I do think that Nature's just kind of has it here.
Yeah.
He still has that Malphite tanking up as much damage as he can, and Yi Alive doing plenty of damage, and Nature's staying at 100 HP is going to be able to go to 8, not this round, but next, I believe.
Yeah, he probably will go next round 8 to even just slap one unit in to try to secure the win streak. He's gonna wait. He doesn't even go below 50 gold, I don't think, because he can just like sell the rumble if needed to get money.
Yeah, he just goes 8 now.
Yeah, he goes 8 now, and to get 50 gold back, he just sells the rumble, I think, or puts the rumble in for demolitionist. Can sell something else when he wins.
He was considering that Wukong as well, but
Yeah.
against it. No.
Puts it, I mean, it's either Vanguard Demolitionist. He can't make 50 gold here unless he sells the Vi, which he may do. Sells the Vi and the Rumble, which does just that actually. So yeah, levels to 8, still on 50 gold. He's not even hard pressed to roll here. He's not struggling. Nature's chilling. Goes against Narkez here, who is Sork Mech here, which we haven't really seen that much of. We saw a little bit of actually. We saw HamHamGANG go that in game 1.
Yeah, we didn't see too much of it though. HamHamGANG going out fairly early in game 1 with that.
Yeah.
Narkez does look to be having some luck with it here. That Chum the Waters might actually finally take Nature's down. Master Yi has a shot though. He's healing a little bit here. Gonna finally get this last kill.
Nah. Oh, that was so close there. Nature's
finally loses his
reaction
win
to that.
streak.
Yeah, man. Unfortunate. And he actually like below 10 HP right there. But that's the way it happens sometimes. Naturally finding an MF and a Jinx there. That's pretty decent. MF is probably one of the best units you can put Rebel Spat on. It's probably like actually people like Kale Rebel Spat a lot because it enables Blade Master with Yasuo and the Yi, and Kale is just a really strong unit, and it's probably the only composition that Kale is able to be run in when to like enable her, I guess, if you put the Rebel Spat on her. Because if you try to build a comp specifically around Kale, it's just like not as strong as these meta comps. But yeah, it can work out in this scenario.
Yeah.
Does buy the MF though, for sure.
Ends up grabbing the MF. We may see that with the Rebel Spat later on. For now, Nature's holding off. Inay has found tier 3 Recon as well. This
has
is
the
quite
Nico,
powerful.
I believe, yeah.
Grand Entrance going to hit quite a few units here, and that Xin Xiao in the back line be dealing plenty damage. 3 talent strike.
A lot of cloaks there on the side of Inay. Declaw on the Recon and on the Xin Xiao.
That does make this front line so incredibly durable.
Yeah, especially the Rebels.
Yeah, very much so. You know, has the Protector buff. Gonna probably have Celestial in as well. If they didn't already, I actually didn't notice whether or not they did, but having a Celestial and Protector in, gonna be incredibly strong.
Yeah, HamHamGANG going for the glove there. Sphinx has the choice here. A lot of good items here. Gets the rod. Nature's really going for that sword. It wasn't contested though. Narkez is going for the glove as well. What does Nature's get here with the sword? I don't remember what items he had. Maybe it makes a GA. Probably. I mean,
Did he have everything in play already? No, he had something on the bench, right? Yeah, he has the cloak. So that's Bloodthirster, but of course that's probably not where that's going.
No.
He does have the tier.
He probably just grabs it in the off chance he rolls a vest on the Raptors. Could have like gone for actually no, the rod was taken, right? Yeah, yes. Fisher's bow, glove, or sword left, and sword's just the best option there. H2 R83. That's a unit that's I guess not bad with the chalice there.
Yeah.
Has Mech Pilot Sorks. Needs to go to 8 though to fit Vel'Koz in for the 6 Sorks. Don't know if that's gonna be happening. Faces Nature's here, but Nature's is pretty weak right now, so I think H2 can win this round.
Yeah, I mean they're already dealing so much damage, that Orb of Deception going through. Dealing plenty there. Unleashed power from Syndra. Take down
here we go, H2.
H2 on the come up.
It's his time.
18 HP. 4-5.
Hey, that's enough. He can go to stage 5 and even still probably take 1 loss and still be okay. Pog.
He has to win streak and save up to go to 8. So he can get that 6 Sorks in.
Yeah, probably just even sells the Annies next round. Can't go Annie 3. Or sells the bench Annies.
Yeah, of course.
To make econ so they can guaranteed be able to go level 8. Scouting around, see some GPs. Nature's, I think, is going fast 9. I don't think Nature's is rolling, actually. Yeah, just playing what he was rolled. It is sparing HP right now.
To.
Oh, yeah, for sure, you can.
He might still win rounds right now.
It's possible. It's like unlikely, but still possible, yeah. Going up against WaterBear here.
Yeah, that orbital deception kind of whiffing a little bit as we do see that orbital strike come down, and H2's potentially going to lose this round. We have the GA proc and we have the mech pilot still coming out, so there's a shot here. It is only a tier 1 Aurelian. Yeah, it looks like H2 is going to be all right here. WaterBear, however, dropping very low.
Yeah. WaterBear dropping in 21. Inay. Ooh, going to. Oh, no. Inay wins this round. Jinzhao's OP. No.
Look at him go.
Every time.
Alright, if I get
Jinzhao's actually such a busted unit. Arguably the second most busted behind GP right now.
He's nuts, dude. Yeah. 3 talent strike, constantly getting those shields up.
It's a dead ring.
For sure. Has Bramble, has Declaw. It gets like a Titan's Resolve. Actually, I think that's the one unit that makes Titan's Resolve kind of good. Usually Titan's Resolve is a pretty bad item, but Jinzhao is going to be taking an actual million damage over the course of the fight and not die, so he stacks it to 50, gains that those extra buffs from it and extra damage, and just pops off. Like,
yeah,
can't be killed.
Actual unit for the item, making the devs happy.
For sure.
We do see the ult from the mech actually just getting eaten as the unit dies. Nico's
doesn't really need that one. Maybe for the 83. I mean, 83 Dream is technically still alive. Has exactly 40 gold here, even without the Annies.
Goodbye.
Yeah, they get sold. That's didn't really need to do that unless you wanted to hold on to 4 costs to hit the Vel'Koz.
2?
Just rolls for fun, I guess. Can lock, I suppose. Bloodthirster on who? Let's see. Bloodthirster Lux. Neato. This positioning is a little interesting. I guess they are. He gets value with the Chalice, though. Probably could line up in the backline, though, to do a very similar effect. Doesn't give mana to the mech, though, I guess, if he lines up in the backline. So wants to give mana both to the Sorks and to the mech at the same time.
Does seem to be the case here.
Yeah.
Bloodthirster Lux, though, of course.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what are you going to do with it?
Oh, no.
A lot of those times left over. Runs into Inay. Who wins this matchup? I believe it's probably the Jinzhao.
It's Sorks into double Declaw.
Yep.
It feels pretty rough, and the grand entrance just getting spammed down onto this backline with the knockups, and it's on 5-1, so it's actually a lot of damage is going to hit H2.
Yeah,
is it actually going to kill him
15? Here? No, it won't kill him. It's 16 damage, though. It goes down to 2 here.
Oh, no. H2.
Yeah, 2 HP.
Going to 2.
WaterBear goes to 4 HP there.
He finds Gangplank. I don't know if he can fit that.
Oh, Sphinx. Gangplank 2. You saw on the side there.
Oh, there's potentially
Inay Karma 2.
One more round. That can be Vel'Koz 2.
Yeah, Vel'Koz 2 with no items to troll his ulti.
So massive pickup.
Vel'Koz.
What Vel'Koz ever do to you?
Yo, okay. Vel'Koz is just bad, okay? Just trust.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. This is not good. It's not good.
All right.
He just like he winds up his ulti. Sometimes he starts casting it. Like it happened the other game, right? On HamHamGANG. Yeah, he started his ulti, hitting no one, and just kind of died before it actually did anything. It's just like that possibility to do absolutely nothing is just really bad. Faces Socks here though. I think might be strong enough to beat Socks potentially.
That Echo just
Echo's off the board. Okay, there we go. Yeah, maybe not. It's close.
Chum the Water is gonna hit Echo. We do have the blast shield coming back up. Ari's still alive. If she can get one more orb out.
No.
Oh, it was close. If that came out, there might have been a shot, but H2 doesn't get 8th.
Not 8th, Pog you.
Not 8th for H2. Gonna get 7th this time around. WaterBear gonna go down in 8th. This
H2 the hands to the head there. Just oh man. Oh, Inay finds 4 Mystic Core Protector 4 Celestial. This is perfect for Inay, yeah. Actually perfect here.
One Jarvid off as well from having his third tier 3.
Maybe I want Bramble hit
going for Karma 3 as well. I guess that's a unit that you can go. Interesting.
Who am I protector?
Karma's gonna be buffing the Shin.
Why do I want to move
Second
to-
rose is tanks here.
Go back.
I think this GP might die before it ults.
I feel like
Let's see. We have the GG.
As Rebel Spat actually.
Counter
never
strike.
mind.
Ooh, okay. It goes down really quick, but like you said, Rebel Spat gonna be enough to keep it alive. But the Xin Zhao and the Rakan not taking any damage whatsoever, and that grand entrance hit all of the Rebels, but they haven't. Their health bars haven't moved. They're not going down whatsoever.
This is 4 Mystic with
Inay
2 D-Claws. Like, there's actually impossible for Inay to lose to Rebels. Even with like full upgraded
might
units.
be able to get a first here, but there are other compositions in this game. If you ran into something like a Jin setup, that could beat him. But generally, Inay is the one running Jin.
Yeah,
we haven't seen anyone else
the-
running it.
Titans.
I don't think even if he was someone else was running it, he has the Bramble on Jin though, which is like a hard counter to Jin.
Love is good if I get Jin.
Or similar names there.
I can go 9.
English, but because usually Jin runs an IE. Sometimes not though, as we saw Inay run the Deathblade earlier and no IE. Another Karma here, so hey, that's close to a Karma 3. Look at these rolls. That's the Jarvan with
There we
these
go.
gloves. That's so good actually. These gloves is like perfect item for Jarvan 3.
Yeah, I mean, it actually gives him some power. It makes him an actual, like, instead of
Yeah,
just
an actual
being
unit.
a stack of HP, it's an actual unit with some items on it.
No. Checking who we played against. Scouting now. Socks has 6 cybernetics looking pretty strong there. Hits the Aurelia 2 as well.
That's scary for Inay.
versus. Yeah, a little bit.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes.
And
I think Inay's still strong enough, but
with the Mana Reaver, though, might be a problem. We'll see.
that Thresh, yeah, still up the Mana Reaver buff. We do see the Echo going around doing plenty of damage. The Grand Entrance, though, hitting many targets. Does have pretty much just perfect items across the board, and yeah, they're still just not taking damage.
No, it's
This
disgusting.
is kind of looking like a first, unless he gets outscaled, right? It can. But can he get outscaled?
I don't think he gets. Okay, there's a world where he can get outscaled if he doesn't find a good third item for Jin. And just, I don't know. Can't really lose to Rebels. This Rebel. I guess Socks could beat him later. HamHamGANG with Brawler Blaster could beat him. There's double Giant Slayer there. It's the Jinx too with a good third item. Yeah,
Giant Slayer is a big item for this.
it's like possible but unlikely. I think. I'm pretty sure
Do you think I know?
Inay wins the game.
Here's a big-
Oh, Socks and Echo too. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking too soon.
Wait, I should've gone for-
But Inay's comp is
So-
so ridiculously strong right now.
Predictions this game from Khroen. HamHamGANG top 4.
Brawler Blaster
Yeah,
again?
which
Inay wins the
could
game.
happen.
No.
Both still, could
Yeah.
potentially could happen.
This guy lost.
We'll have to see.
HamHamGANG is Brawler Blaster. Did commit to that.
Maybe not.
Only has 1 Jinx though, but has like 7 Lucians total.
Wait, what am
Yeah,
I-
as 2 Giant Slayers.
Are you getting out?
Pretty
Yeah,
good. He
well, it's actually
maybe
doing
wins
pretty
this
well.
round. Maybe not this round, but maybe soon.
I won.
Soon can beat this comp. Not yet, but soon.
Kills the Jhin. The Jhin died. Okay, that's
Yeah,
like a really good sign
that's-
for HamHamGANG right there.
That definitely means like doesn't win now, but maybe if you let this game go long enough, if you don't
For
take
sure.
me down, starts to
Sphinx
win in
fall.
HamHamGANG. 26 HP. Yeah, Sphinx, like you mentioned, going down 6th place here. Not where he wants to be, but he might have yet again. Look who's left in the lobby.
Narcos, Socks, Inay, Natures, HamHamGANG.
Yeah, I mean, one of these, at least so far, is not like the other, but we do think HamHamGANG is very likely going to make top 4 here. He has played well overall, just the other 4 players here,
They're
You know,
nuts.
they were the previous top 4.
Yeah.
And they're still in top 5 right now. If they remove HamHamGANG, it is a repeat of the top 4 from the previous game. They're being so dominant in set 3. And the other players in this lobby have done so well in the past in Fight Nights. It's not like this is just a lobby where we've got 4 insane players and 4 not so good. No. These are TheWaterBear just won the set 2 invitational. I
Yeah,
think
set
most
2
of these
finale
players
was nuts.
were there.
Yeah, Natures is there. Narcos was there. Socks was there. I believe H2 was there. I'm not sure about. I don't remember if Sphinx or Inay were there, but either way, still both really strong players, both in Grandmaster right now. Top 50 NA have done super well. Sphinx, previous Fight Night winner. I mean, yeah, all really freaking good players here, and they're consistently just top 4ing over the rest of the lobby.
It just has to be a better read on set 3 overall right now. That or just a better read on the current like lobby and what they need to be doing here, because this is just too consistent of play for it to just be kind of, you know, all luck based, right? It's just too consistent, and it just has to be a set read. Just for this week, the meta of the week, the flavor of the week, you know, because we're still early enough in the set that it can change week to week, and that's a big rupture from HamHamGANG's Cho'Gath, but it does look like he will go down to these mana readers.
That's close.
Very, very close, but this might be one of the predictions going out the window if HamHamGANG loses one more round, be going out in 5th.
I think one of these other players will be on, 2 of the other players actually. Inay,
Inay lost.
Inay lost to Natures. Inay and Narkez are both on one shot to potentially die here. That's an MF, puts it in over the graves, I guess. Potential for MF to carry.
Lost to Natures. If Natures is the only one that can beat him, Inay probably still places very high here.
Probably wins against other matchups. Socks could beat Inay. Oh, the tier 3 Karma. What? I don't think I've seen that unit ever. How much shielding? I think it's 100% attack speed.
I don't know what the increase is because we never see that. We never see tier 3 Karma.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure it's 100% though, but you know, carry us through this fight here.
Going against a clone. This is Cybernetics. I don't remember who this is. Is this Socks? Cybernetics, but we do have the Xin Zhao with the pop-up. This is the comp that you said could still beat Inay, and we'll see if it's gonna get close enough. The Echo gonna pop off with that ulti, but that 3 Talon strike from Xin Zhao just keeping him healthy with all the shielding. We did see the Karma has already gone down though, so now it's just the grand entrance. The Xin Zhao still full HP, still has that GA. We could even have a redemption proc from this Rakan, but he never falls low enough. But Inay's going to be able to win that one. He's still feeling safe. HamHam is going down in 5th. That's one prediction going down for Khroen, but very close.
It was close. It was close.
He did make it a 5th, and it was very close.
Socks, Narkez. I mean, technically, actually, I can't see exactly. Oh no, he's 27. Yeah, he doesn't go down in one fight. Narkez, Socks, and Inay all within one shot of dying here. These players will probably be running to the edges of the map here to try to not die first. Zeke's here from the Jarvan. That's very good.
That's
a really good round. The Karma might be accidentally buffing the Soraka though. 50-50? Buffs the Soraka.
There he goes. That's unlucky. That's not good. There's a big shield on the Soraka.
Bam, 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 bam.
It's gonna get more ultis off. Actually, the healing, not bad. Now some healing reduction.
No.
The healing reduction finally comes down though, so that is gonna definitely hurt.
More healing.
But Xin Zhao is in the back line. Getting to the translator gets the pop-up. Socks is gonna go down. Inay at least getting second yet again.
Oh man, Inay. What a god. A protector spat doesn't need that though.
Can he make Natures though?
Probably takes a shroud here. Yo, the 200 IQ plays takes a shroud, I think.
I'm gonna take this poison thing.
Yep,
there he goes.
Takes a shroud.
Smart play. Rank 2 right now.
Actually trolled me.
Rank 2, always hitting second.
Inay shrouds the GP here and the Aurelion Soul if like in the same line probably. Rolls for Lulu 2 doesn't hit it though. Oh man, that's such a good shroud there. Actually, shroud's such an undervalued item right now. I think I was actually talking about this with a bunch of people the other day. People were like, oh, like shroud's kind of garbage. Like it's just a one time where your mana is 40%. Takes 40% extra to be able to cast, but that makes a difference when it comes to these gangplanks getting their ultimates off and wiping your whole team.
Yeah, he has Rebel Spat, so he might still get it, but if he can get this Shroud, it is so important, especially if they can get the crowd control off. We're gonna see if it hits. It doesn't.
But it hits the rest of the units though. Yeah, GP still goes off really early. Rakan dies before they ults. That's so bad actually.
That's really rough. That might just do it for Inay. We do see one more shield go off. A lot of this damage gonna hit Xin. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get enough shielding out. Is ulting the 3 down strike
actually
quite often gets polymorph, but that's the last polymorph. He actually lives. He actually should win this. He should win this. One more 3 talent strike. He does still have the GA. Yeah, Inay's going to take the round, and Natures is now going to be on a clock. He's on a 1-turn clock. Inay could take first here.
That fight actually went so bad for Inay, and it still won. The Rakan
Double
died
shift.
before. That's it's kind of grief, but
I don't double shift jar.
I mean,
I don't want
what? The Shroud and the GP would have been a lot better, but still wins the fight anyway, which makes me think that once Inay like actually shrouds the GP, it's probably just a win.
So these are gonna pull in off the bench.
Yeah, he's probably gonna put them in last second. He does.
Oh, shit.
Just doesn't want to Naturesbf be able to like
he got
reposition based off of he got it. That's just so good here, I think.
It's on the app.
Yeah,
It's
if they
knocked
can
up
get the
for
knock up
sure.
onto the GP, not gonna be able to make it. Jin's gonna be on
Oh no.
the Master Yi, but that bomb from the orbital doesn't hit as many targets as he may have liked. Ash getting plenty of shielding, but
Wait
the
a
Xin
minute.
is going to go down pretty soon here.
Wait,
One more grand entrance. The Xin gets the shield from the 3 Talon strike. Still hasn't gone into GA. Finally does here.
It's an 8.
Can he get one more 3 Talon strike off? He does, but not enough. And Inay going to go down in his
Man.
second place. Can't quite do it. Cannot quite find the first, but honestly, I mean, does he really care? He's got second place.
Yeah, I mean,
Tiebreakers.
Inay,
It very well could.
it definitely could. Inay is nuts. I'm a little bit disappointed that Inay couldn't win there. Both my predictions are wrong. It was super close though. I think Inay could have done it. The shot on the GP was super good. I think the Jin Zhao needed to be on the left side there because needs to kill the Jinx. Jinx is just shredding it with what's it called, with Giant Slayer, and is getting applied with the red buff the whole entire fight. But that Jinx just free hitting it the whole time. Pretty not good for him. So that might have made a difference there. Either way though, Inay, 36 points, first place right now. Socks in second, 33. Narkez still doing really well, 29. And Nature's winning that game, actually 27 points. Technically, all 4 are within reach of winning this next game, or winning all of Fight Night this week.
Yeah,
this next
Nature's
game.
would have to get a first to an Inay last, but he's still in reach.
Yeah, still within reach.
Still in reach.
Crazier things have happened.
Absolutely. It is incredibly close here on this top 4, especially between Inay and Socks. But like you said, a couple of players still in reach. And of course, for that top 3, so that they can come back to next week's Fight Night, that is absolutely going to be a battle.
Oh, definitely a battle indeed, as we are going into game number 4 very shortly here. Nature's getting his first win of the night. He's been scaling over the course of tonight. Went 7th, I believe, in game number 1, and then 3rd, and then 1st. So yeah, Nature's definitely scaling here, playing really well, and it's getting him back into range of, if not winning, then at least top 2 or top 3 to, get a little bit of money and get invited back for next week potentially. I think Nature's is impressing over the course of tonight. But I mean, other players are also impressing. I mean, hey, Narkez, Socks, and Inay, players who have consistently top 4'd in every single game. Like, that's pretty crazy.
It's insane to have 3 players have been in every top 4.
Yeah,
Nature's has been 2 of them as well. It's like that we have absolutely never seen. I can go ahead and say that.
Like, actually, can you guys take a look back at the scores, like, for just one moment again? Actually, like, it's Sphinx, getting that top 4 in game number 1, but the whole bottom half of this score sheet here has been bottom 4 for the majority of the games there. Like, HamHamGANG has done, pretty consistently 5th, 6th, so tying Sphinx with getting that 1/4. Both players are, I suppose, within striking distance of a top 4 finish here, technically. But TheWaterBear and H2, I mean, unfortunately, just not the case for them. The top half of this lobby is so ridiculously strong, and as you said earlier, it probably just comes down to their familiarity, their comfortability with set 3 in this meta right now. Like, set 3 is still pretty new. The meta has changed a little bit, but it's just these players who know how to navigate the meta so well. These players like, Inay, example being him first place right now, he knows how to, I guess, not manipulate the meta, but just knows how to play self that strong within the meta. He's one of the players who has sort of brought this Jin composition into light here, played Jin only on stream the other day and got, pretty consistently 2nd, 3rd place, maybe bottom 4 a little bit, but still climbed LP on the day, which is hard to do right now. And top 5 GM right now, top 10 GM. I don't remember where he started at, but he's ranked 2 right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Those standings are almost perfectly aesthetic.
Actually,
If we just had one little score swapped between Sphinx and NaturesBF, but of course, still only
guaranteed right now.
one game where those two were swapped, and every other game has just been top 4s and bottom 4s. It's absolutely insane, and I wonder if we'll see that trend continue in round 4. That would be absurd if it happens, but based on the way things are going, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised.
Honestly, me neither. It's what's been happening already. Props to Sphinx for being able to, breach that top 4 in game number 1. But it's been so rough for the bottom half, at least in standings of this lobby, to breach that on games 2 and 3. We have another one here, game number 4. We see Nature's Protective, player who has been scaling over the course of tonight. He knows what he needs to do to be able to get that top 2, top 3 finish. First place probably is not going to be achievable by Natures, barring an Inay tragedy in an 8th place, but it's possible still.
Yeah, we will have to see. So far, only does have a chain vest off of the first round, so he's on raw chain vest. Locket, which
really good items for probably not Locket, but good items for a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Definitely good to fit other things. Locket with more of a set 2 slam.
Yeah, definitely a set 2 slam. Don't really see it ever in set 3 actually. Those are some cybernetics there though.
Yeah,
Gets the Lucian.
It's a Caitlyn too.
Definitely is gonna pick up this Fiora here. Probably just gonna sell that TF to get it. Probably just waiting to see if he gets gold from this round to buy all the units.
Unless I get a bunch of gold here.
And see what he rolls in the subsequent turn. But a lot of items here will be really, really good to slam on Lucian. If he gets red buff, gets Infinity Edge, 3 gold there. That's a slam. Picks up the 2 Kate as well. Sells the Jarvan for the Ziggs. I mean, that's pretty solid. Ooh, pairs of Fioras and Leonas as well. A lot of options here for Natures. What does he run?
You can sell this.
Is it just cybernetics?
I suppose we may even see. Well, unless he goes 3 cybernetics.
Okay, and levels. All right, aggressive.
Okay, so I was gonna say I expect to see the Caitlyn played unless he goes 3 cybernetics, but he decides to do both.
Yeah.
Which reasonably makes sense. Cybernetics, we talked about. Super strong synergy, especially early game. Very oversatted for the early game, which is just the way that synergies can work. Especially a one like cybernetics, where it requires you to play an item on each of the units. It's not. Each of the units to get the buff.
Get the buff. Yeah. I mean, it's the sacrifice of having to spread your items out versus having 3 cybernetics. So I guess it's. I mean, not to I'm not faulting the balance here. I think it's actually probably pretty balanced, if not very nearly so. You can't make any of these items if you want to buff everything up here. Granted, Natures probably doesn't want to make any of these items anyway, but if, say, that glove or that rod was a belt, there would be only 2 out of 3 cybernetics here with items. There would be Lucian red buff and one of those other items on something else.
Yeah,
and one of those units wouldn't be getting that buff, which is the sacrifice you have to run.
And we'll have to see if he continues down the train of cybernetics, but generally we do see it as a final comp. It does happen, but also a lot of the time it is just used to bridge the mid game, and Nature's having it this early on is really good. You can see he got excited when he had the option to go into that 3 cybernetics because he knows that he's gonna have a good early mid game.
For sure.
Going up against Narkez here, he's probably going to win all these rounds early on. He's at level 4. He has a tier 2 in the backline. He has 3 cybernetics. No one's going to be beating him.
No, I mean, Socks did level to 4 aggressively for some reason, so I'm going to check out Socks' board to see what he is running. Generally, people level up that aggressively. You're going to be confident you're win streaking, and you know that Nature is leveled up to level 4 on round 2-1, 2 win streak, so if he's that confident, probably has something pretty good. And I mean, 3 Rebels, 2 Brawlers, has good items on the Ziggs. It's only a Ziggs 1, but
Yeah,
That's a
perk,
beefy
it's-
boy in front there with
I
the
really- I
Malphite,
kinda
and it's
think
getting
she's
buffed
kinda
up
cute.
again with the
It's a perk,
brawlers.
So that kind of sells it. I
Can
also
it
really
beat
like Cinnamon
Nature's
Gay,
though?
and
I'm
I
not too
think
sure
that
it can,
Beefy is,
but
super
it's good versus
It's
everybody
also,
else.
Like the most
I mean, the Blitzcrank
It's
pulls the
gonna be
Galen.
close.
It'll be close. It'll be close. I agree. Especially if they face this round, like before Nature's can complete a red buff
it
or
has
something like
nothing-
that. This
downside is that
I
it has
think is
no
the most likely
position
round that
requirement.
Sox can beat
Ah, damn it! I
him.
fucking knew Nature was gonna.
Let's see what the
fucking do
matchup
that.
is though.
I fucking
Okay,
knew it
it's
too, so that's a little bit as
Sox
well.
versus Inay. Inay, who also has cybernetics and has slammed at Hodge actually.
Yeah, Hodge Lucian rolls damage.
Yeah.
Just gonna be putting all that damage into Malphite though. But we'll see. The Cybernetics do have the extra
hopefully
HP,
this
of
still
course,
win.
and this is only a tier 1 Ziggs.
Let's get took mana.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the
the
Ziggs
Lucian.
focus
There was
is it.
so perfect.
Yeah, man,
Wow,
that
I
puts
shouldn't
getting
have
mana
said that.
actually. Oh wait,
that was
the
huge.
Still lose, but like.
No, one more heal from Soda? No, alright, well
Nah.
that's the Cybernetics are gonna actually win
Yeah.
that. Sox gonna lose the round to Inay.
Man.
Cybernetics still too strong, so I think definitely, well maybe not definitely, but I think likely we would see the same happen if Nature's faced up against
Wait, you're telling
Sox
me
here.
like
Probably likely win.
Probably. I think yeah, likely a win. It would have been close though, still as well. Comes down to a bit of a fight RNG, I suppose. You know, there's always a little bit of fight RNG inherently in early game. You know, if you crit a lot of times randomly, there's a base 25% crit chance. Sometimes you just like crit a lot, sometimes you don't. It happens when it comes down to like one unit versus one unit at the end, you know. But
this is the fucking end of the world.
unfortunate for Sox.
Malphite
Losing that
is
round. Nature's still happy though, still on a win streak.
I like grades,
Nature's
like,
does
that
get.
No, I'm just saying that
Wait, I think he already had a
it's factor. I'm
vest.
not saying that's the only factor. I'm not saying like
yeah, he did already have a vest, so isn't able to make a really good item here. That is a tier 2 Blitzcrank there for Sox though.
That's not red buff.
Levels up. Ooh, a Jace here. Okay. I feel like if you roll a Jace early game, you always play it if you can make gold. Maybe he doesn't here though. Actually, maybe he doesn't.
I thought that was.
Probably
Yeah, units
picks it up,
really
though.
strong.
Yeah, it's so strong, especially with Leona because it gives 2 Vanguard. So it's a really tanky unit. Has AoE damage to be able to get gold if you have the Graves. Nature doesn't have the Graves here. I wonder if he would have played it if he did have the Graves though. I think he might consider it.
Jace versus tier 2
I mean, it's a big deal. only
Caitlyn?
because of my streak. I
think Caitlyn's still probably better though, right?
It's still probably better. It's just if Nature thinks he can win rounds while farming gold.
Right. So no Graves, of course, is
Definitely just doesn't do it. But because the Chrono is pretty good right now, buffing up all those backline units and even the Fiora as well. Frontline unit, but has very fast attack speed and gets even faster with this Chrono buff.
This Ezra pickup was fucking insane.
Very strong here. Still win streaking. Next round's very important. Because losing a streak before neutral rounds feels so bad. But I think Nature's in a spot where he's able to maintain it though.
Yeah. Inay gonna win another round, hot streaking as well.
Yes.
Nature set 100 though. This has kind of been the theme of the night.
Actually, yeah, he's been that for like 3 games? Has it been 4
Yeah, I
games?
think so.
At least 3. I think 3 games.
Yeah, 3 games. The first game, Sphinx, was the one that was kind of
Yeah, true.
in that 100 position.
Yeah, we're talking about how Sphinx usually does that. Usually is at 100.
It is the Sphinx. It's
60%
it's certainly the Sphinx kind of play style, and Nature's is kind of pulling a Sphinx here 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Is it even a Sphinx anymore? I mean, I don't know.
Is it even a Sphinx anymore? For sure. That is the question. But yeah, Nature's doing quite well to maintain these early streaks, and Cybernetics is probably a major factor in that. Going to go up against Inay, going against kind of this mirror matchup of the Cybernetics, and there is that Hodge rolling damage once again onto the Lucian, which is definitely what you want to see if you're Inay, but we do see that kind of EMP go down, stops the ult for a second, and we see that Caitlyn headshot coming out and take down the kill.
Ezra's actually so good.
EMP is so nice.
Yeah.
EMP is actually crazy.
Ezreal, however... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. You go.
I was going to say, Ezreal is the only unit in set 3 to have random targeting. His EMP goes on a random target, where everything else has a condition, whether it's goes and hits the highest HP target or target with most mana. But Ezreal is the only unit in set 3 to have a random ability thing. So Ezreal could troll out of his mind and hit one thing in the corner with EMP, or he could hit the whole clump and group, which he did in the last fight, and hit literally everything and EMP'd it, making their next cast cost extra mana. And that's like so impactful if that happens.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like reminiscent of kind of just like a Hush on
Yeah, kind of.
a gunslinger, right? Like it's
sure.
It's if it hits the big cluster of them, or basically you get the big procs on gunslinger or whatever, and it hits everybody, then it's like insane. Obviously, EMP isn't quite the same as Hush. Hush was, very problematic, but
yeah, and then we're hushing the game right now for a reason.
It's a similar concept of just kind of stopping them from casting for a set amount of time, and even though it's a much shorter amount of time as Hush would have been, it's still so strong that this EMP goes off, and stopping ultis is massive, or delaying them, especially when the fights can be so fast right now. Minus like protectors, right? Like protectors, the fights are going super long, and obviously early game fights can go a little bit longer, but in general, I feel like set 3 the fights are pretty fast, and so EMP getting their ults to be slowed down while your ults come out is pretty huge.
No, I definitely agree. It could be, even versus protectors, be a difference between, Rakan getting other ultimate off and winning the fight versus not, especially in the early mid game here. Late game, maybe it won't have as much of a solid impact there. But yeah, still very, very good.
Speaking of protectors, WaterBear.
Yeah, WaterBear.
He's playing protectors.
Not quite strong enough yet. Is pretty low. A couple protectors rolled there by Narkez, but Narkez is, however, not really going that route, going the cybernetics during this early to mid game here. Did not choose to slam any full items yet. I was going to say Narkez might choose to slam Thieves Gloves. I mean, he was okay with losing that round, right? Because he's already on a 5 loss streak, getting a lot of money. He's on 50 gold now. It's mid game. You probably want to preserve HP as much as you can. So I think slamming Thieves Gloves now is still okay, but maybe just wants to leave the door open because he didn't really have that much of a direction here with his endgame comp, unless he's like committing to cybernetics, which I don't think like should be the commit here at this point in the game.
Yeah, it's a bit early to hard commit to it, but he's on a couple tier 2s. I feel like if he found Aurelia randomly, that's when we could see potentially the look for the hard commit. Yeah, like you said, a little bit early. Gonna lose to Nature's. Nature's still looking insanely. Bramble Jace, by the way.
Yeah, he got like
good.
Yeah, he has 3 vests right now worth of items. The Bramble and then the vest on that Lucian 2 is now at this point. Narkez winning the round and instantly losing. That's not good for a streak. Definitely not good for a streak here.
Yeah, that is very
not getting as much gold. Jace 2 there from, what was that, Nature's? Yep, it's Nature's. Jace 2. Gonna be trying to farm some money here because he does have that Gravesend. Man, Nature's is so strong. It's like actually every game.
Yeah, he falls off yet again. But yeah, Socks strong. Inay looks pretty strong early on as well. He's definitely dropped a bit down to 6th in HP.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Socks and Nature's currently sitting at the top of the table on these win streaks. 4 for Socks, more for Nature's.
That Kale is so good during the mid game here. The AoE damage, applying Morello's everything. Kale is a good Morello's carrier. Yeah, max damage there.
How good he is.
Yi 1 actually doing more damage than the Yasuo 2 there. He's kind of pretty good unit in the early mid game. And a Blitz too with Trap Claw. I didn't actually see you slam the Trap Claw. It's an interesting slam there.
It was me and repositioned against me.
I'm not sure I like it, but I guess I don't hate it. Helps you win streak for sure. That's an Aurelia with a glove there. Narkez could go cybernetics. Nope, goes for the sword. Who goes for it? H2 taking a tier. The H2 tier. Hog.
Oh no. It's not even. It's not the same. It's not the same anymore.
Really not. I was okay. So H2 was in the past playing a bunch of Star Guardian Sorks because I know actually like I stole the comp from Faye to get a lot of climbing in myself. There was randomly one day where I was playing Star Guardian Sorks and I got like 2 first place in a row, beating Rebels when it wasn't even supposed to beat Rebels. And the comp was like kind of farming. And H2 was running it as well. I was actually like I was scouting H2's match history, being like, okay, how do I run this comp effectively? And I thought coming into this week's fight night that H2 would play some Star Guardian Sorks, be that kind of meta breaker, anti-meta player, but not really doing that one.
Yeah, we saw him try and play it once with that Ahri.
Oh, he has
if I
some
grab-
soaks there.
Didn't do
I
enough
think I always beat
Yeah.
H2
this
at
time around.
Going for the mech pilot, I think, again there.
Assuming my team doesn't Pepega and get hit by
Yeah, but
Jace.
you know, hopefully you can turn it around. Does have the mech pilot, goes down. Slam Chalice yet again.
That's so interesting. That's a bad item to slam, but I don't know. H2 likes it, I guess.
So
There's some genius that we're not seeing, but
Yeah, H2 loves mana.
he does love mana, actually. He really loves mana.
H2 just can't wait for the mana galaxy. I think that's the one that H2 wants. It's only
what-
tiers.
He does math 1v1.
What if
Just
there was a
tears.
mana galaxy? That'd be
a
too
mana
bad.
galaxy?
Never mind. Never mind. I hate
all the
it.
tiers.
Just, never mind. I take it back.
All the tiers.
Maybe
You heard it here first. Khroen wants the mana galaxy. Please bring the mana. Clip this and send it to more dog.
No.
Cloud9 Khroen thinks
No.
there could be a mana galaxy.
Oh
they get
no.
Lots more mana. Double mana regen? Double mana generation.
I was thinking like maybe units have like half their mana cost or something, but I think that'd be actually
That's
too
this.
insane.
Yeah, essentially the same as
I think that'd be way too insane. Nature's levels up to level 7. Has some more cybernetics in here. Sells. Ooh, up against Socks. This is a close matchup though.
Yeah, this will be close, and someone is losing their win streak here, which is very important. It looks like Socks. This Kale is just shredding right now. The riposte going through, going to take down the Sona, and that Blitzcrank, the MVP of the entire fight. Blitz.
I think the Blitz actually saved the kill there.
Unironically, saved Kale and won the round. Yeah, actually, Blitzcrank best unit in the game. You know.
Oh man. Nature's losing the streak right before Neutral's Pepe hands.
Yeah, I mean that really sucks for Nature's. It hurts a lot, but setting up Socks to try and steal this one away from Inay, the fight night overall. Gonna continue his win streak for a while. Has a very strong comp already. We'll have to transition, but of course, seeing as how we are in that kind of 5-cost meta. We will see that Socks should be able to easily transition into whatever comp he's trying to go for later on.
Yep.
Socks set up very nicely.
Oh, for sure. Still no win streak going into this round. I mean, that's -6 gold for Nature's there between +3 gold from this round or last round and into this round. If you're Socks, you're feeling pretty good. That's a Nico's for Nature's. Yeah. Always interesting to see Nico's come out. There's it could be an Ash too randomly, but yeah, Nature's not going for that. Not really going for that Jin route as it might have been. Yeah, Ezreal too, pretty solid. Still has a lot of gold.
Yeah, this has got to be fast 8 though, and then
yeah, definitely fast 8 and 4-3.
Could be looking for a 5-cost to Nico's at that point, but maybe even just goes to 9.
Yeah, he went to 9 last game.
Yeah, this game is like a little bit less dominant at this point in the game for Nature's, as far as.
I mean, 1 round less of victory. Like.
Yeah, but it's like you said, 6 gold already down.
For sure, yeah. No, I agree.
And it's just it's compounding. It ends up being an actual insane amount of gold that he loses.
This is only 3 Xinjiaos for WaterBear here.
Yeah, that's
not
brutal.
Really great. Has
6 recons.
Yeah, 6 recons. Puts Mystics in over 4 protectors actually.
What the fuck? That's have no damage, right? Actually.
And it wins the round. I mean,
yeah,
there's like near perfect items on the Xinjiao. Has Titans, has Bramble, and needs 1 more cloak to get the Dragon Claw.
What did I do?
Yeah, it is enough. WaterBear.
Valkyrie's insane.
WaterBear win streaking.
Insane this comp.
Narkez has dropped very low. Inay actually quite low this game.
Yeah,
H2 not in last.
No, he's bottom of the pack though. He's 4 HP from Inay. 19 from Narkez, but I don't know. I want to check out Narkez next round and see how he stabilizes.
29?
29. Well, yeah, 19 HP difference from from.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was 39. I was looking at that. I saw a 3. He's at. Oh, geez, Narkez.
Yeah, he's hurting
Narkez
right
falling
now.
very, very low.
Or Ham.
Socks versus WaterBear. I think Socks can win this though. Look at the scale though. Just look at the scale.
Oh yeah. I was looking at Blitzcrank, but Kale did okay too.
Look at this damage. Like Kale's such an insane item carrier. 4,000 damage.
Yeah, Blitzcrank second most damage. There you
go. Okay, the Kale killed everything so fast that the Blitzcrank hook was the only thing able to do damage apart from the Kale. Okay. Okay, all right. Let's cut the rest of the team some slack
I
here.
think it's better on GP.
I don't know. You know, Blitzcrank just doing work yet again. As always.
Insane. Yeah, Narkez went to 8. Has rolled. Is all right. Narkez, what are you doing here? How are you stabilizing?
Okay.
What is happening?
He's got no gold.
Okay, no gold. 2 GPs. The board looks like actual hot garbage, kind of. This might be doomed.
Space Pirates.
Only
He's
has
got
3.
Space Pirates in.
Only 3.
He needs a
Where's
4th.
the Darius? Roll for the Darius.
That makes the difference here. The Darius.
Darius diff. You know, sometimes that's a solo queue thing. Don't know if that's a TFT thing. HamHamGANG, level 7, no gold. Not great.
Yeah, staying in the poverty galaxy.
Yeah, GP there from Dark. Oh, the MF? Okay. Alright, Narkez hangs on. HamHamGANG actually just playing a different game than the rest of the players. Like, actually, rolling early and rolling on 7, I think he must have did there to try to stabilize, but, like, I just don't think that's how you play set 3 right now. I just don't think you can do that in this meta. It gets you, like, a 5th, 6th, which is what HamHamGANG has gotten the past few games, but it really is hard to get a top 4 with that, or win the game. Impossible, even. Maybe win the game unless you super high roll and everyone else low rolls.
Yeah, it's not seeming
Sucks
like
on
it's
the win streak,
working
though.
whatsoever.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, the people we need to watch in this game very heavily are going to be Inay and Socks. Now, Nature's is still someone that is going to be a contender here.
Yeah, for sure.
Same, Narkez potentially can be. He's just in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
But I just
Narkez
I don't think that Inay is necessarily going to go out 8th here. There's still a chance for it. There's still a chance for it.
Yeah, I was actually going to say just that. Like, he's 44, so he's like not within like threat of dying very soon. But Narkez hit GP2, could stabilize. Sphinx 34, is just 10 HP away from Inay. Sphinx just hit Jinx 2 right there. I don't know what he's playing. I think it's Rebels. He hit the E2, probably Rebels. But yeah, I mean, it's still possible. Anything could happen right now.
Yeah, H2 is streaking now. Definitely trying to not take a second record here and maybe defend his first.
Yeah.
Keep Inay from getting that title of having the most points scored. And Narkez, that GP doing a lot of work, and it looks like MF might finish the job here. WaterBear take a good little chunk of damage, but it's not until 5-1 that we're going to start seeing people kind of drop like flies as Inay loses a round.
He does lose a round. Pretty bad, too. What was he at, like 40?
44.
44?
So lost 12. Lost 12 here.
Yeah, that's a lot of units that he lost by right there. What's he his board here? It's okay, 4 Vanguard, 2 Blaster.
He dabbed.
He did dab.
He turned on his cam and dabbed. Missed the context.
I have no idea, but hey, he's in first place right now. He can do what he wants, I guess. He has 81 gold, level 7.
Pretty sure I have one. I have.
Okay. I mean, sure. Hey, go 8 after Raptors. He's okay with losing the round, maybe.
Okay, so basically he's trying to win streak the rest of the game then after this, right?
I guess so.
That's it. Like he has to hit what he hits on his roll.
That's actually doomed.
He has Fawn, he has Hodge, red buff, like, what is this, Brawler Blaster game? I guess?
Yeah, GPL didn't do that much.
I don't know.
Yeah, we need
Narkez.
to stay here because he's on 81 gold, right?
Yeah, he's
Something
losing.
is happening after this round because Inay can't lose anymore.
If he loses twice, he like actually loses the game.
Yeah, he's out. So he can't lose anymore.
Picks up the Shaco. Oh, Inay. Okay, if there's anyone to come back from this, I guess it's Inay. He goes 4 Vanguards, he goes Jin, he finds a sword here to go BT or IE, whichever one he prefers. It's Jin 2, and boop bada beep, stabilized, gets top 4.
Boop bada beep indeed. Stabilize, going top 4. All this gold is disappearing after this round, yeah?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I think it has to.
Unless
Unless he randomly like high rolls out of his mind and hits exactly what he wants in like 30 gold, but probably not happening. I mean, he gets a lot of gold here, so.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on what? Like, those are bad items to roll. But yeah, 72 gold to roll with.
Cybernetics.
Okay, there's one
Jin.
Jin. There's two Jins. There's
There's
three.
three. Holy shit!
Nuts.
All right.
There's four. Yo,
Found the
what?
karmas too.
I need Ash. Yeah, Echo.
He's still rolling. Yo, all right, make the swap here, bud. You got 13 seconds. Let's see it. Inay, rank 2. NA. Bam.
Where's the
The
APM?
swaps.
That rank 2 APM.
Okay, what else does he put in? Does the Vi just get yoinked in? Yup.
Fuck.
There it goes. All right. Red buff, where does it go?
I'm not even playing Lulu?
Ash. Shroud.
Oh, not
Slams it there.
Okay. Whisper.
What is
4 shot.
done is done.
Demolitionist Vel'Koz. Whose board is that?
H2.
Hold on. I can't talk right now.
I love H2. I mean, it's good. He's running mech, right? I think. I was just looking at the Jin the whole time. Actually, I like wasn't even looking at anything else.
I love H2.
It's if he's running mech Sork still, it's actually good because the mech can stun and the Vel'Koz can stun everything.
Yeah.
Arguably not great to be on the Vel'Koz. I think Vel'Koz is a hot trash garbage unit, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Still okay.
Okay, he's going 6 Dark Star.
Karma.
Yeah, missing karma. There was karma in here.
It has karma, so there's 6.
Yeah, what does he put in? Lulu? Put some Lulu, I think.
Wait, no, Lulu.
Sniper.
Or Mystic?
Oh, I already had it.
Already has the Ash. Alright. That goes there. That goes there. The Shroud wants to debuff the Recon here.
That's a good trap.
Alright.
Okay, watch Jin.
He's hitting a Bramble, but he doesn't have ice, so he
Dark Star
kills
comes,
it.
You have 0 Dark Stars until 5.
Oh, I don't know where that Jin Zhao just went. Descent to the Shadow Realm with that 4th shot.
Yeah, 4 shot.
9 million.
All right, Inay's strong.
Don't play any
Yeah.
WaterBear
Man.
losing a lot of HP.
Oh,
Narkez is out.
dies.
Narkez is out.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Damn, Narkez did not stabilize, actually.
HamHamGANG out as well. Gonna be out in 8th. Narkez in 7th. Narkez, that's gonna probably bump him out of top 3 for this fight night.
Probably, yeah. I think so. Nature's...
It'll very likely knock him out.
I think, yeah. HamHamGANG went 8th, though. I haven't even talked about that yet, but unfortunately for HamHamGANG. If H2 hits that Syndra 3...
Bro, that item
could actually... Okay, yeah, he's not mech anymore. So Demolitionist is actually useless, but... Oh, Nature's is so strong. I don't know.
I don't know, the chalice just popping off 2 of them.
It kind of is.
It is. It's nuts with 2 of them. It's so much mana on the whole comp.
Oh, the
Echo.
No.
H2, no. Wait.
WaterBear goes
WaterBear's
out.
out.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And he loses too.
Not any records here.
It's not bad.
That's okay. 5th is good. We like 5th.
All right, Sola still has the record for lowest amounts of
Sola
points
still has
earned
it.
in a fight night. H2 did not overtake him. But we all of a sudden have our top 4 here. Inay,
Look who it is.
Sphinx. Sphinx getting into the top 4 again. Sphinx. Pretty solid. The
if it
Natures and Songs.
Yeah. If it wasn't Narkez, is Sphinx. So 3 of the same.
Consistency.
Socks.
Almost tier 3 Shaco.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
Ooh, Sphinx here. Yeah, I mean this is a top 4 looking board here. Aurelian Soul 2, a GP1 with GA, Rebels, win streaking. That's all you need.
How many Lulus are gone?
That kill is still in play actually.
It's popping off.
Yeah. Oh, Rebel MF. That's really good. Moves all the units over. Lulu in the corner. Sphinx playing for going to level 9 here. He definitely can afford to do so. He's strong.
Yeah,
But he's stronger than the kill.
streak.
Blitz hooks the MF
Stronger
though.
than the Blitzcrank. That's the true question here. Blitz pulls it in. Kale gonna finish him off. Kale doing plenty of damage. The GP procking down, dealing a lot as well. But they have the Aurelian Soul. Gonna take down Socks here. And Socks still has so much HP.
Yeah, well, he was level 9
already.
He's actually going for kill 3. There's 2 kills on the bench as well as the kill 2 in there right now.
Shield picked up by Sphinx.
That's
Yep.
not going for Shaco 3.
Wants to both protect the MF
Can't find it.
and have good positioning here.
Sphinx, we lost
Probably just chills with this positioning, I think. Already ran into the Blitzcrank, so.
Probably sucks.
Runs into either Inay or Natures.
I meant to move the
It's Natures with the cybernetics. That Aurelia's looking scary, so is that Echo.
positioning.
And GP2 randomly.
Yeah, we're gonna see that the Yi gets really good items off of the Thieves Clothes, but not gonna be able to do enough damage here. And oh my god, the Echo on
The
no
Echo.
just jumps around, taking down every unit from Sphinx. NaturesBF
Man.
still staying quite strong here. Sphinx losing his win streak. We might see some of this gold getting rolled down pretty soon here.
Rabbit on Sarah.
Well, leveled up
On
and
this
rolled
round,
down.
but yeah, level
Yeah.
up, of course, probably on the next round. Inay
Yep.
still on 7, holding strong.
Actually,
Can't afford to lose around, but Chrono Break doing way too much damage.
yeah. I guess technically Sphinx doesn't have to roll down next turn.
Larger area, right?
It's going to be on an uneven interval of gold to level. Sphinx would need to lose by 7 units to die. Does he want to, though, work with a 1 HP buff or 1 health, 1 round buffer, or a 2 round buffer, though, of losses? That is the question there.
Yeah, spending gold now may allow him to still lose 2 total rounds, right? Instead of
Yeah.
the 1, so
I
might
mean, if
be
he
worth
sacks
it.
this round, yeah.
It's the only way we actually can
Inay getting Lulu, too. Very strong.
roll for against this.
See,
There's a
if
GP2 from Socks. Jinx too there, okay. Did Sphinx level? I didn't see. He
He
did.
did level.
Yeah. Going up against Socks here is Nature's. Nature's greeting one more round.
Yeah, and I mean, Sox comp is so strong. This is the classic Rebels, but also just has that Kale in the back line. But oh
Ooh,
my
my.
god, the jeweled gauntlet on the MF, and it's still not enough.
Have another life.
She
Yi
melted
dodged it.
Sox
Yeah.
board, but yeah, like you mentioned, Yi gonna sidestep that, getting into the Alpha Strike, even though it's not in the game, but out the way and comes forward.
Yeah. Inay 4th. What Socks
No
has
records.
to okay,
No
okay,
records
okay,
today,
okay.
But now it's can Sox win, and Sox certainly
Yeah.
can.
He needs 11. He needs a 2nd place and a win. I believe, right?
Yeah.
Nature's
Sox
cannot
actually-
pass it.
Sox might set the record tonight.
Potentially, right? If he
if he wins.
If he wins, yeah, he's gonna
If
set
he
a new
gets
record.
second, he ties it.
Yeah. All right, let's see it. He has so much HP right now. I mean, his comp is so strong.
I was focused on Inay getting it because he was so much closer, but Sox was still in range.
For sure. Yeah, the Kale is doing the whoop-de-loop there,
Sphinx is
but
Aurelian.
yeah, that's
He's
a
strong.
strong Aurelian. Nature's not the 1 there. That's an MF2 for Sphinx. Oh, I don't know. Okay. If Nature's dies here, or Sphinx dies here, Sox would win. All comes
Yes,
down to this round.
it's so incredibly close.
Well, I guess it doesn't
Inay
have to
needs
come down
them
to this
both
round.
to hang on.
Yep. Both hang on and kill
Needs
Sox.
Sox to
So
lose.
healthy, though.
He has so much HP.
I actually think one of them will die before that happens.
Well, Sphinx versus
statistically.
Natures.
Yeah, we'll see.
Natures will have to win the round in order to stay alive, of course, being on 1.
Oh, the Lulu Pauling. Actually, everything.
Gonna be
Everything.
really rough with this Aurelian still alive, taking quite a bit from the MF, but now it's the
Yeah.
Chrono Break, and the
Nah, Nature's
Echo
goes
is
down.
gonna go down, Nature's gonna go down, and that's Sox
Yeah.
winning this week's Fight Night Rising, and also at least tying the record for most amount of points scored in a single fight night.
Man, yeah, Sox, what did he go? He went 3rd, 1st, 3rd, and he's at top 2 right now. Very consistent scores.
Doesn't matter.
Very consistently well played. Inay 44 points.
Go ahead, Jason.
Top 4 at every game as well. Second, 4th. But hey, it's down to Sphinx versus Sox. Sphinx here. Can he break into the top 4 if he gets first here? No. Cannot do that. Cannot do that. So
Close.
basically, just
but not
whether
quite.
Socks can break the record.
Yeah, it's just about breaking the record here for Socks, and it's just about pride for Sphinx.
MF.
Can he find this victory?
Wants to Morello's the MF actually over the GP. Interesting. Actually, I would have Morello the GP there, like actually every time I think, but
Because I need
Socks valuing the MF, which could randomly die though.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we see the orbitals coming down.
Yeah.
Looks like Sphinx was getting the upper hand on that one.
His team is
Aurelian's
Yeah.
Sphinx.
Oh shit, Emily, thanks for the
See the raid coming in for
Gonna
Socks.
win that
You
one,
celebrating
yeah,
the victory.
I saw you. I think I saw you take.
Socks
whole
gonna
fight
be
night, maybe not the game.
collecting raids from the fight night victory. Hopefully he
Yeah.
has a great stream for the rest of the night.
Hopefully so. Interesting items in the Master E there. There's a lot of crit. The same items that were on a Blitzcrank a couple games ago.
True. Big true. Yeah, double Seraph Death Cap Aurelian. That's terrifying.
That's so strong, but not strong enough apparently.
Is it as strong as the Morello's Seraph Death Cap? On the other side.
And Morello, like these 3 items are actually like probably what you consider a perfect item Aurelian Soul.
Yeah. Sphinx is looking real good for this one. Sock still has a lot of HP to go through though, so still has an opportunity to come back as these GPs try and blow each other up. And now it's just down to the Aurelians yet again, but Sphinx is just taking each round by round. We make it all the way to stage 7 though.
2 strikes upgrade for the GP.
Yeah, that might just do it.
And the GA for the MF. Oh man. Oh, okay, what does Socks get here? I'm curious to see.
Well, Sphinx will probably scout it soon.
Yeah. I gotta. Oh yeah, got the shroud there.
Sorry.
So I mean that's actually really good because it stops the GP from ulting for a little bit.
What didn't we replace MF? What did I replace MF?
Yeah, Shroud's probably a solid item here.
I roll for MF too, right?
Yeah.
Is Mystic better?
Trying to see or think about whether it's stronger than the GA pickup though. GA is a very, very good pickup.
Yeah, I don't know. The GP ult difference might matter. I'm not sure because it can also stop in other impactful ultimates like the MF as well, depending on positioning. All depends on positioning.
Probably see very quickly.
That was the okay. I like this play. From Socks here, recognizing he needs to change something up. It's what does he change up though? Does he Morello's the GP?
This has to go on his.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And then Shroud, he's waiting. Has Trap Claw as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
The Shroud does
Can't
not
hit
hit the
Oh,
GP.
he doesn't even get it in.
The
Oh, no, he did.
QSS goes into the Jinx. Yeah.
Looks like Sphinx still has this round. Yeah, his Aurelian is just too good.
What?
That's
Socks
it.
No.
He goes down. Sphinx takes it, and
Wait,
Socks is just gonna
Takes one
tie.
for
We have a
pride.
4th person
Oh man.
tying for most points scored in a fight night. Can anyone ever break 45? It is hard.
It
It's
is
hard to break 45.
It's gonna be real hype when it happens, but what is hype is Socks taking this fight night. Congratulations to him. 1-point victory over Inay. Very, very well played. This was a super close lobby. Very, very strong competition here. Super well played games. And final scores here, Casa. Take us through them.
I mean, this has been a barn burner at the top end here. You know, on any other night, Inay probably wins with a 4, but tonight is not any other night, and Socks comes in with a 45 for first place. Inay gonna get second at 44. Natures 37 and third. Narkez at 33, rounding out your top 4. We'll see Socks, Inay, and Natures back. Narkez also going to make it onto the winner's podium for the payout. But following them, Sphinx in 5th, HamHamGANG in 6th, WaterBear in 7th, and H2, my boy, rounding it out in 8th place this week. Not his week.
Not his week. No Vigar, no fun. Pepe hands. But maybe H2 can brew some stuff up in the labs and return in the future. And I'm always excited to see what H2 can cook up. I think he's a very, very smart player, likes some of his unorthodox strategies. So yeah, again, we'll see what he cooks up in the future. HamHamGANG, first time here, you know, did not the best, but still a couple of fifth places, not the worst in a lobby that's this strong.
Yeah, very, very strong lobby this week. Turned out to be, honestly, just some of the most amazing games. Incredibly close. Can't believe we had that consistency of that top four being basically the same players every game. That's insane. Just shows the quality of the players that we have in the lobby and the quality, how much they figured out set 3.
For sure. And set 3 is going to change when we get the new patch. There will not be an interview today, unfortunately, but perhaps we will have one next week for the winner. Hey, maybe Socks can do it again. Socks, really good player, was rank 1 and 2 for so long in set 2. And a ladder.
Maybe he gets rank 1 and 1 in the next 2 fight nights. So we'll get an interview on the next week potentially for that. But I think that's about going to do it for us, isn't it?
I think so. We've had some dope games here. Once again, congratulations to MismatchedSocks. He's nuts. Want to see, we're going to see Inay and Naturesbf back next week as well to contest that. Going to be a new patch. GP not as busted. Some things being shaken up, but hey, until then, I guess we're signing off here at Fight Night Rising on Giant Slayer TV, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.